Were you able to escape?
I was evacuated. I think the word escape is exaggerated. The military operation in my house was illegal. It was a state-sanctioned attempt to assassinate me and assassinate the rest of my family along with some of my men. 28 people died in that very horrific attempt to try to take my life away from me. Extrajudicially, I hasten to add. That is one thing that is lost on Nigerians. I quite recognize the need to condemn what is happening in South Africa, which I have done myself personally. But I also want those who are rising.
Okay, I don't know what happened to that. It looks like, oh boy. All right, it's still here. We are still taking.
Today, in condemnation of what is happening in South Africa, to also rise up and very vocally and vociferously condemn the rule of impunity under this very same Fulani cabal headed by Jubril Aminu al-Sudani from Sudan, because everybody knows that Buhari is no more. Now, what is happening is that when you do not have regard for your own so-called citizens, when you have no regard for life and property, when you are an advocate of the misrule or misapplication of law, whatever happens to you outside is what you have basically brought upon yourself. That is why Nigerians should not actually be in a position to offer any condemnation, because they themselves are living in purgatory and they have not been able to rise above their limited understanding of the issues around them.
All right, let's see what time it is now. Okay, we can open up the lines for you. You can make your calls if you want to. If you have anything to say, just call me. But for the clips will continue airing until when you call. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. The number here is 845-907-2230. 845-648-0031. 845-637-6632. Give us a call.
Shalom, Muchineke. We are getting there. It's a matter of time. Shalom. Awesome. You know me say I go say my right for you, Nigeria. Awesome. You know me say I don't know myself again. Yeah. The love I have for Biafra has taken over my heart. It's burning like fire. Biafra is my heart desire. I want her like Messiah. Nnamdi Kanu is Messiah. My love, oh. I'm ready to do anything for you, my love. I'm ready to do everything for you, my love. I will make you my canton. I will make you my cashier. Just be patient, my love. Oh, oh, oh. Be patient, my love. Oh. Be patient, my dear. Be patient, never relent. Oh. Just remain resolute, yo. Biafra, they come. I want to go full. I go package for you. I go manage again. Be patient, my love. Biafra is the hope. Be patient, never relent. Biafra is the hope. Biafra, they come. I want to go full. I go package forever. I go manage again. Awesome. A lot of people could not pay their house rent again in Nigeria. Awesome. A lot of people could not feed their children again in Nigeria. Awesome. A lot of
like I said, the lines are still open. You can make your calls while we're still airing giving us some information on
to predict Tinubu's presidency many years ahead of time. He even mentioned it more than 4 times in this broadcast, signaling conviction and certainty. If you are still doubting the coming of Biafra, doubt no more. It will surely happen. Listen to what he said about Tinubu's presidency many years before Tinubu was rigged into power.
And I, of course, we and Awududuwa people, we have a very great understanding. They know I have a lot of respect for them and regard for their history and what they have managed to accomplish. But there is one aspect of Yoruba people that you cannot reform. They are journalists, they are media. They are horrible. You know me, I speak the truth. Ordinary Yoruba person is great, is good these days. Ududuwa. But their media,
we must continue. I think
their media is horrible. Absolutely horrendous.
Can you hear me, please?
And it is because they're afraid of Fulani. Yoruba journalists is afraid of Fulani. Or should I say they're trying to protect their interest because they know that 2023, in every likelihood, they may rig Tinubu into office. But I want to remind them of this, please. Very, very important. Because anytime Yoruba newspaper writes about IPOB or Mazi Iyke Peters, my humble self, they will say proscribed, proscribed, proscribed. In other words, some people feel that they have something to gain from Nigeria over and above their well-being, their safety, their honor, and their dignity. I have never seen any Yoruba newspaper campaign for the designation of Miyetti Allah as a terrorist group. None whatsoever. Because if we are still talking about one Nigeria, maybe one day it will be our turn to go back to Aso Rock again. One of the hottest regions that experienced the End SARS protest is Yoruba land. And for very good reason, for that matter. But Obasanjo was in Aso Rock for 8 years. Did your lives improve? Jonathan was in office for 6 years. Go to Bayelsa and see how horrible life is there. Yaradua was in office. Today, go to Katsina. The late Buhari, and in whose name this present fraud is in Aso Rock now. Go to Katsina. Are they not kidnapping people? But I keep saying this, that people don't understand it. It's very simple logic. People prefer US visa, Canadian visa, New Zealand visa, Australian visa, Schengen visa, British visa to living in the zoo. And I asked them, the President of America, is he from your village? I mean, not all of you campaigning for tribal presidency. He's the ton of an Igbo man. He's the ton of a Yoruba man. It must come to the south. Let me ask you, all of you have houses in Dubai. You travel to America, or some of you have houses in London. In England, is the Queen of England from your village? So what it means in actual fact is that it doesn't matter where somebody comes from. It doesn't matter where a president comes from. What matters is the policies that individual is pursuing. Do you think we are that primitive and that crude enough to support any venture as daft as Igbo presidency? Look at Jonathan. I'm asking you a simple question. Look at Jonathan. Is Bayelsa any better? The so-called South-South? Look at Yoruba land. My very good father, Paya, the Banjodos who are campaigning, these are serious, learned men, campaigning for Nigeria to change. But they had their own son. Obasanjo was there for 8 years. They created billionaires like Otedola and Adenuga that owns Glo. Obasanjo empowered a few people to become billionaires, that's all. An ordinary Yoruba man or woman is suffering the same way an ordinary Biafran man and woman is suffering, the same way an ordinary Middle Belt man and woman is suffering, the same way even Hausa man is suffering and woman, even Fulani is suffering. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You allowed them to divide you. I remember NSAS very well. Shoyinka was talking about it a few days ago. You know, when you come out for a revolution, you must go to the end. No revolution is pretty. Before next time, of course, there's going to be protests next and we are going to lead it. When next you are planning to come out to protest, before you do so, go and study the history of revolution. Russian Revolution, French Revolution, the Commonwealth, which is Cromwell's revolution in England, and George Washington's revolution in America. You can even read Chairman Mao's revolution. They are not pretty. They are not too pleasant, I'm telling you. If you think that revolution is that you come out on the street, you dance to musicians, because you have seen Flavor, you have seen other musicians, you think that it's going to be a carnival, jamboree. No, it is not. They are only starting it. When the revolution failed was when Yoruba media allowed themselves to be used, because they thought that should Nigeria collapse, Tinubu will not be president in 2023. That's all. So they kept writing. They kept writing. They introduced ethnicity. They brought in tribe. They brought in religion. They kept pumping your brain with rubbish, with nonsense every blessed day. Because you were not mentally tuned or tough enough to realize that in every revolution, things are very, very difficult. Because you failed to understand this. That was why you messed up. Everybody went home, you started looking for bags of rice, bags of beans. I'm sure that some of you have finished those palliative bills that got one carton of Indomie. The palliative is gone. And you're still in pain and in suffering. Had we remained on the streets, forgotten about palliatives, remained on the streets, by now the zoo would have collapsed. But you know, Yoruba media, they would like you to blame somebody. You want to blame. There has to be somebody to blame. Oh, he said, no, oh, he made a broadcast. Stupid idiots. As if during revolution there's no broadcast. Go and read Chairman Mao in China, the Cultural Revolution. Go and read about the Bolsheviks in Russia. Go and read about Oliver Cromwell. Oliver Cromwell caught the King of England, King Charles I, and cut off his head. You know what he said to Charles before he killed him? I want to prove to you that your blood is not blue but red like ours. I want to prove to you that you're a human being like all of us here. Oliver Cromwell cut off the head of a crowned king of Europe, King Charles I of England. Can you imagine people going to Asarok to cut off the head of this little boy from Yusuf Mohammed from Niger Republic? Media what they write, oh my God. So a revolution is not pretty. If you're not prepared mentally for a revolution, then don't come out. People were saying that we are breaking into prisons and releasing people during the NSAS revolution. I said, why not? In France today, they celebrate the Bastille Day. Bastille was a prison. When the revolution started, the people went to the prison and they let every inmate out. That is called the revolution. You don't know. Oh, they went to prison. They were releasing prisoners, hoodlums and hoodlums. Idiots. They failed to realize that it was a revolution. A revolution. You have finished your two packets of Indomie from warehouse. Typical black people chasing food. Today, where is that food? You have eaten it, you have been to the toilet, it's over. And you're still suffering, you're in pain. And I reminded that was exactly what Che Guevara said when he came to Congo to fight. Che Guevara said, I cannot, when he went back to Latin America, they asked him, why did you come? He said, I cannot stay in Africa. An African man does not know how to put the need of his freedom before his stomach. He always wants to eat. Food, always. That was why he came back and went back to Latin America. The reason why I said this was because the Yoruba media is a problem in Nigeria. I'm telling you the truth. They have messed everything up. IPOB is proscribed, and I'm the kind of proscribed. They keep writing junk every day, from idiots who don't exist. But I want to tell them something. The same Yoruba paper carried the headline, Punch. Our abductors spoke Fulfude, collected 4.5 million ransom, kidnapped Kaduna PFN chairman. PFN is Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria. This man, his name is Apostle Emmanuel Bago. He is telling you that those that kidnapped him, they spoke Fufude, which means they are Fulani people.
Yeah.
Only Fulani. That was the language I said to Yusuf Mohammed. Now that Jubril has run away, I asked Yusuf, come out and speak Fufude. If you claim you're Buhari, because Buhari spoke fluent Fufude. But of course, we are dealing with zoo animals. This man said it was Fulanis that kidnapped us. But the same newspaper will never recommend that all these Fulani bandits groups may yet be proscribed. No, not at all. Do you know why? Because they don't threaten their interest of a Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidency in 2023. Now you understand. These are the type of newspapers and media houses you have in the zoo. They were the ones that came out at the height of the revolution and started writing rubbish. A very famous person talked about, I just want to talk about this SARS protest for a minute because I've not spoken about it before now. Somebody said they were destroying properties, burning infrastructure, burning BLT or BRT bus, the Lagos bus that was burnt down. Black people without conscience. My response to those individuals is this. They use those buses to transport thugs from Mushi to protest sites to Lekki Tollgate to go and kill and attack peaceful protesters. That was why that very depot was burnt down. But when they write this, they are drunk. They never go to the beginning. It's just like DSS, who are every day they keep writing rubbish. Of course, Punch and all these other stupid newspapers, they keep helping them writing rubbish every blessed day. About how I jumped bail, how Nnamdi Kanu is a fugitive. They think if they keep writing it and Google keeps prioritizing it, or somehow when I travel to America to speak to lawmakers, somehow they say, oh, you're a fugitive, I won't talk to you. See, they think that white people are stupid as stupid as they are. Do you understand what I'm saying? They think that white people are as stupid as they are. The same newspapers, they have the video of the raid of my house when the army came to kill me, as a result of which 28 of my men died. They are aware of it. My cousin died. As a result of it, my father and my mother died of the trauma from it. They know, they have the video. And they go to church, some of them. They go to the mosque, some of them, and they read and they study. They don't know who we are. They don't know that the anointing of the Almighty Elohim is upon us. They have no idea. And when they don't so, I said to them, I am in a very wonderful company. The Pharaoh went after Moses. Is that true or false? Herod went after baby Jesus. Joseph and Mary took Jesus to Egypt. They fled to Egypt. Prophet Muhammad fled from Mecca to Medina. So I'm in a very wonderful company, you see. Those with the anointing of God, that is how it is. You come to kill them, you cannot kill them. But the zoo newspapers will never write about it. They want to give the world the impression that I had a court case and I don't want to appear. Nigeria needs to tell you the wickedness and the evil of the mind of a black man. Very evil. Very evil. And I don't want to blame DSS for what they are doing. They are doing their job, trying their best to be a propaganda organization. They are doing their best. But I want to let them understand, the newspapers in the zoo, Vanguard, Punch, and all these idiots writing junk all the time, that I'm in a very good company. When they talk about those who escaped or who survived the state-sponsored assassination, when you mention Moses, you mention Jesus, you mention Prophet Muhammad, and you mention Nnamdi Kanu. Now you understand it, don't you? Those who are killing and abducting you in Kaduna are Fulani people, according to Apostle Emmanuel Baku. But out of fear and timidity, Yoruba newspapers will not write about or write against Fulani Janjaweedism. Because they want a pot of porridge in 2023 with Tinubu presidency. Typical black people. When their wives are pregnant, the editor of Punch newspaper, when the wife is pregnant, she will go to America to go and give birth. And I ask them, in that America you're going to, is Biden that is now coming in a Yoruba man? But in the zoo, Nigeria, you're writing about a Yoruba presidency. It must come to the south. Those morons in the east are writing about Igbo presidency. But your families are in America and all over Europe. Is Boris Johnson from your village? People want a country that is run properly based on policies, not the ethnicity of the idiot in Asok. Very simple. Shagari was a good man. Shagari was a wonderful man. He's a Fulani, but he was a good man. I'm saying my own, how I see it. Do you know that the best development that ever happened in the East happened when, or should I say, after the miracle of Dr. Michael Obara? There was a period of decay and disaster until Shagari went in and Mbakwe went in. Mbakwe will go to Lagos to go and plead with Shagari. Do you know there was no time that Mbakwe actually went to Lagos and came back empty-handed? They called him the weeping governor. But anytime he meets Shagari and asks for something, Shagari will always give it to him. Do you see that? Some of you are very small. Iguacha Enugu Expressway was very, very beautiful, actually. Shagari built it. Fulani man. Because he had good policies. It didn't matter who was in Asorok or in Dodam Barracks or whatever, the State House or whatever. Rubbish they called it then. The policies were good. Even when Mbakwe asked us to pay survival levy to build a state port, everybody did. You can see that Mbakwe was working. It was actually a Yoruba man, the last military administrator of Imo State before Mbakwe took over. It was him that started the Zimnachi clay factory. A Yoruba man, a military administrator of Imo State. You know what this man did? This man, they have the same ceramic factory in his village in Yoruba land. I've forgotten his village. But go and Google it. The last military administrator handed over to Mbakwe. The man said, oh, I have this factory in my village. It's very good. Oh, they use clay. They make bricks. They make roof tiles. They make everything. It's wonderful. Oh, now I am the military governor of Imo State. I want to do something here. The man actually started the project in Ezimnachi. A Yoruba man. Yoruba military governor of Imo State. What am I trying to prove? That it doesn't matter where you come from. The policies you pursue is what matters. A Yoruba man started the very beautiful Ezinachi factory. Mbakwe completed it. And some idiots ruined it. Turned everything upside down. Look at it today. It's moribund. What am I saying? That people must stand up to say the truth. When you say the truth, you must speak it. You know, we are black people. Some of us are very demonic. We are possessed by a demon of greed, envy, hatred, and jealousy. It's in us. We are black people. Nobody can take it away from us. Some people must be envious. They must be jealous. They must have hatred in them. They must be horrible. That is who they are. You can't change them. But what we are preaching this very evening is that no Fulani group has been proscribed. The wretched chattering classes in the zoo, infrastructure, and I asked them which building is good in the zoo in Lagos that was destroyed. They said, Sanwo-Olu went to show Yusuf Mohammed in Asorok the progress they're making. What buildings do you have? When you go to Dubai, you will bow in shame. What things do you have? I ask you. You have nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the revolution must come back. It will come back, of course. But not revolution to save. If, I have said it before, if people gather, if by the time Soyinka and even Tinubu was campaigning for Sovereign National Conference in pre-1999, the Third Republic, that they actually sat down and people voted for a new constitution. Who am I? I'm a Democrat. Who am I to say no to Nigeria? I can't say no to Nigeria because even our own people voted for it. But nobody voted for Nigeria. Lugard came with Flora Shaw after drinking champagne in the evening. She was drunk. And she said, darling, why don't we call people niggers? They are niggers. It's Nigeria. And they say, Nigeria. And that's your name. And you're not ashamed of yourselves. Very sad indeed. Blind is your black.
This is Radio Biafra USA 2. The line's open. You can make your calls right now. I'm telling you today, we are talking about Biafra. Yeah, Biafra is the thing that is the topic today, and all the great things that we say about Biafra. Give us a call.
Don't bring Victor.
9 years 845 648-0031.
Biafra day again.
845-907-2230. 845-637-6632.
Toka inario. Anya Johnny help us for Barameno. Aye bunde Biafra, bunde Jews don't aga. Obis, Makelo Makejula Jagano. Oga de Quaraina. Omo Biafra, Biafra Nasago. One mother, no. One mother, Nasago. Omo Biafra day. Anatoa yoso, osekwense likoni, okejikwe n'ogologo ngaji. Dike kani kibu na London, dike kani kibu na Israel, dike kani kibu na Russia, dike kani kibu na India, dike kani kibu na Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, dike kani kibu na Biafra. Nzobu, enyimba enyi. Nzobu, enyimba enyi. Anyega zobu ndelo. Nzobu, enyimba enyi. Nzobu, enyimba enyi. Umu ibweni ne dekene. Ibonwe madana sago. Ibonwe madana no. Ewo.
Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah. Good morning, Mazi Iyke Peters. Good morning to people of Biafrans all over the world, and good morning to our well listeners. Mazi, my name is Mazi Iyke Peters. I am a Biafran, and I'm proud to be a Biafran. I learned that this former Kenyan president, Uhuru Kenyatta, I heard that his father, when his father was in was in trouble in Kenya, that his father was once given asylum in Biafran land. I heard something like that.
Yes.
So Maz, I don't know if you have come across such a story.
Yes.
So what a pity, the depth of wickedness in that man's heart. While I must say this, while looking at the man's face, I see wickedness in him. This Uhuru Kenyatta. I see somebody that is. I see stupidity and idiot. That is what his face is telling me. It's a shame to him. Shame to him. He's a stupid man. Somebody people that gave your father asylum when he was in trouble. Then it reaches his turn to appreciate then he did his worst. He's an idiot, and he will pay for that.
Thank you.
So, Mazi, that is what I want to say. Thank you, Mazi.
All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA too. The line's open at 845-907-2230, 845-648-0031, 845-637-6632. All right, there's a clip that was sounding very interesting. I don't know where they get this from. Edo State, both senators and the governor of Edo State. I don't know where they brought this people from, but it's a shame, honestly speaking, because Edo is not like a bunch of illiterates. No, these are educated people, but where do they get their senators? And there's something that somebody sent to me, and somebody who claims to be a senator. So I want you to listen to this. It's very funny. For me, it's comedy. It's not real, but it will tell you that when you go out there to pick somebody whom you call your leader, you gotta be very careful who you pick, because that's exactly what those people are going through now. A governor cannot talk like a normal human being. So somebody's saying here, somebody's going to defend what they told Peter Obi and not to come into Edo State and rest of them. Well, that's his state. He can say whatever he wants to talk. Not because we supporting Peter. You listen to the last thing that our leader said on that clip that I just passed through. That Nigeria's problem is not where the governor comes from, or who is the governor. The system is wrong, faulty, and completely useless, and there is nothing anybody can do, no matter how intellectual the person is. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Ada Biafra. I'm calling from the United States. Good morning, Mazi.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. It's great always hearing Mazi's voice. What a wonderful man he is.
Yes.
He is where he is today because of all of us. He hasn't seen his children for a very long time. He's there. He hasn't given up. Although they tried to bribe him from every direction, this man said, no, I will not accept this. My people is what's on my mind.
Yep.
I'm saying this to all the Yoruba people who are painting Igbos black and Biafrans black out there, out of hatred and out of jealousy. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is he not an Igbo man? And you tell us there's no one good Igbo man standing in the world? You don't see that man? He's been dead getting to 5 years now. He's still in their custody. He has committed no crime. They picked him up. They kidnapped him from Kenya. They beat him up. He was bleeding from the ear. My question is, these people that beat him up, are they going to go scot-free? Or are Biafrans going to sue them for doing that? Because he has committed no crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not dangerous in any way. So there's no reason they should have beaten him up to the extent that he bled from his ear or wherever the bleeding came from. There's no reason for that. He's not an armed robber. He's not a criminal. He's not a terrorist. There is no reason. This man has been so gentle. All he cares is about his people. How his people are treated right. He cares about the entire Nigeria. He cares about the entire Africa as a whole. So why is he still there? Why is someone telling me, oh, this judge is doing us a favor, oh, he took this case, he shouldn't have. I don't give a damn. He's doing a job, he's getting paid. Is this for free? Tell me. He's doing a job. In America, people do it. Okay? He's doing a job. So he should do his effing job. That man committed no crime, and he told me he went to law school, and you saw a man who committed no crime, and you still had the mind to leave him in the custody, telling us that we're going to see the cases adjourned to whatever, on the 10th of October. What is his crime? From every ramification, if you're intelligent, haven't you seen that this man committed no crime? The worst of it is to allow people with masquerades, handsome masquerades, showing up in the mosque, in the freaking so-called court that has no dignity or whatsoever. And you wear that useless wig on the head and tell me you're a judge. A man committed no crime, he was beaten up, he was kidnapped, and you still have him there. He's still there in their custody till this minute as I speak. What is his crime? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke too fast about Yoruba people. They are not nice people, please. They are wicked people, wicked souls. Look at them everywhere. If you look at their faces, all you see is jealousy. They are dying of jealousy, and they should go all die and hug the transformer. Who cares? The man committed no crime, they put him behind there. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let me tell you guys, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has really actually committed a crime, oh my God, they would have hanged him. He would have been hanging by now. They wouldn't leave them in their, he won't be in their custody till now. They're just wasting his time because they found nothing on him. If he had really committed a crime, please, child, he would have already been in prison or whatever. I mean, they would have already tried to get rid of his life. They came to Afaruku Ibeku and tried to kill the man, an innocent man. They killed 28 people, including his dog, Jack. What is Jack's crime now? He's an animal. What is his crime? Animal lovers out there, help me out. What is Jack's crime? That Nigerian soldier had to come and shoot out a dog, an innocent dog, someone's pet. They have no respect for any life, no respect for human life, no respect for animal life. You gather a bunch of barbarians and put in the military, a bunch of terrorists for Buhari, and you put them there and they're messing the entire country up. Everybody's laughing at us in the entire world. We're laughing stock. I never tell anybody I'm Nigerian anymore. I just say I'm from Biafra, or if they're going to be asking all these stupid questions, I just say I'm from West Africa, Igbo. I'm an Igbo person from West Africa. That's how I describe it. Yes. I don't say I'm from Nigeria. That's a shame. No. That's a useless place.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you so very much. You know, about Jack, that they killed that dog, you know, the story is this. You know, they had come in to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They fired all the shots and everywhere, and they left. And the commander said, go back. There's that dog there. Maybe Nnamdi cannot turn to dog. So that's why they shot the dog. I'm not making this up. That is the truth. For them, they've shot the man. His escape or whatever, he disappeared. It's a mystery for them. So the man had to go back and tell the commander, we can't find this man. We've fired shots everywhere in the house. The house is ravaged with bullets and everything. But we still didn't find him. They said, no, that dog that's barking, maybe that's the man. He has changed to dog. Nnamdi Kanu is a terror. He's a terror for these people. I'm telling you. When they start thinking that man has turned to dog, I'm missing our wahala now. So then when they killed poor Jack, and we all know that it wasn't Nnamdi Kanu because he's still alive today and talking and hailing. There's nothing anybody can do. Nigeria is in a state of complete chaos and disarray. And they keep going down. The only solution, the only thing that will save Nigeria, not even saving Nigeria, the only thing that will make Nigeria look like a place is if they let Biafras go. There's no way out. In its beginning, more disgrace will come, more insults will come. It's not gonna. It's never going to end until you let Biafra go. Trust me. It's a promise that we made to you, and that's the way it's going to be. Let's listen to this clip while we're waiting for calls to come in.
Just to be clear, Honorable Commissioner, are you saying the visit to the School of Nursing by Mr. Peter Obi caused a stampede that led to the death of, is it 3 people now?
Yes. Intelligence report brought it up. 2 died in the hospital. They rushed them, actually. Let me tell you, many of these things we don't alarm.
I want to take this call. I want you to listen to this buffoon. I have never heard anything like this before in my life, I'm telling you. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Mazi Iyke Peters.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. My name is Chukwemanoa, and I'm speaking from my location. Thank you once again, as always. I greet my leader, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things. I greet him once again. Yes, I want to start for the clipping here this morning. Where there was the interview or whatever, the man is talking about renaming the street that was named Igbo name and Yoruba is naming it. The problem is this. Ndị Igbo nka na-ekwu okwu Nigeria today ọ na-agbawa m obi mgbe m chetara ọ na-agbawa m obi because any tribe that cannot learn from history is not a human being at all. The thing that has happened to Igbo in Nigeria for quite a long time, from 1930 something, by now, there is no need for anybody looking about Nigeria from the eastern state. Because what we have before is eastern state, western state and northern state. That is what is in Nigeria before. They start creating more and more and more state and all of this nonsense. One, when I listen to Chinasa Nwuru clip that will play before you come on board, each time I start to get annoyed. Because Igbo people we have today, Igbo Nigeria, there's two Igbo today now, Igbo Biafra and Igbo Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu established Igbo Biafra. And he gave himself as example. That means you have to look to Nnamdi Kanu. You have to look to GOS, which Nnamdi Kanu set up before he was kidnapped in Kenya 4 years ago. Nnamdi Kanu is a symbol. Mgbe warrior nọ ndụ ọkụrụ egwu ya asị, eliwe ụzọ n'iwe ehi, oveke onye iberibe akpụrụ ehi, na ehi wee rie ya ericha ehi, na ụzọ wa aga n'ụzọ a na-echi echi, ya wee ezigbo aha, ezi aha akarịrị ego. Ọtụtụ ndị Igbo anyị nwere taa hụrụ ego n'anya karịa ndụ ha. Nnamdi Kanu choose name ezi aha. And they were IPOB, me choose ezi aha. Iwu ezigbo IPOB, iwe director, a betrayer. Just like one Nnamdi Kanu, from Kanu to Kanu to Emmanuel Kanu, to Nene Anya, to Aloy Ejimako. All those people who are fighting Chinasa Nwuru and the Chikedusim are traitors. They are working for Nigeria to destroy, to make sure Chinasa Nwuru and Chikedusim, who are the speaker of this movement, to make sure they throw the towel so that they will go and collect their balance money from Nigeria government. If anybody have not seen it that way, you are wasting your time. All this group that is fighting Chikedusim and Chinasa Nwuru are traitors, betrayers. That's the assignment given to them. So what am I saying this morning? If you are Igbo man today and you have not understand that Nigeria is your worst enemy, anything Nigeria, your name is sorry. That is who you are.
No.
And if you fail, if you fail this opportunity, this second opportunity, if you fail it, I'm sorry for what is going to happen. Thank you and God bless you.
God bless you. All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA too. We're still taking calls at 845-907-2230, 845-638-0031, 845-637-6632. I was talking about the Commissioner for Information in Edo State. Commissioner for Information Commissioner. I don't know where these people get this from. Now, first it was their governor who was embarrassing himself that could not even read his own budget. The figures, there. I don't know if this man went to high school. I don't even know if they checked their certificates. I don't know where they get him from. And then this other one, this Commissioner for Information again, was being asked a question in Arise TV, and believe me sincerely, what he's saying shame me. I'm telling you honestly. The Commissioner for Information. How can this kind of man be Commissioner for Information? At least they could have, people on for look for somebody who go school small now. even if not to go school, there are people who go to school and still cannot express themselves anyway. So this one passed me. Let's listen to this guy. While we're still waiting for calls anyway. Calls are coming in and block it and listen.
Are you saying the visit to the School of Nursing by Mr. Peter Obi caused a stampede that led to the death of, is it 3 people now?
Yes. Intelligence report brought it up.
Listen to
in the hospital.
Commissioner for Information.
Actually, let me tell you, many of these things, we don't alarm the public with some of these things. And you know that anywhere Obi enters, there's this euphoria. People who don't know him deeply, who just see him and they see, this is Obi, the Messiah they want. And they rush after him. And that euphoria, ecstasy, can cause stampede.
Just to be...
But it did not reflect in votes.
Is it the same visit that we're seeing on the screen that you're referring to? And is the school authority also aware of this fatality that you speak to, or is only the government that is aware?
Obi, apart from going to that school, went to other places. He cannot just go to that school and go like that. When Obi comes to a place, there is a lot of place he can go to. There are other places. People are waiting for him.
But
people along the road and all.
Okay, this stampede you speak to, was it at this visit or another visit? Just to be clear again.
No, this July 7th. That's why he has been visiting now, and the governor has not taken it seriously. It's because of this incident. I do not want
Commissioner for Information, listen.
He's a man of peace, and he's given to civility.
At the risk of seeming to overflog the issue, are you saying that it was as a result of the visit to the School of Nursing or to other places? Where exactly did this stampede?
His visit was not only School of Nursing. They are just hiding fast from you people.
And so where exactly did this stampede happen? Where exactly did it happen in Edo State?
You said?
Where exactly did this stampede happen in Edo State?
In Benin, they took some of them to the hospital. And they are in Benin. They couldn't have taken anybody from Ekboma to Benin now.
Honorable Hobabo, you are not answering the question directly. Where exactly, which location in Benin did the stampede happen?
I did not follow.
Commissioner for Information.
But I know that was what happened. I was even supposed to address the press on it. They said, don't panic the public.
So you know?
Well, Commissioner,
Peter Obi knows all this.
Well, these
Peter
are
Obi
facts.
knows all this.
These
some
details.
We are taking.
Okay, go on.
You said.
Go ahead.
Some we are taking. He saw some being taken away. When you stampede, people will step on human beings.
But a stampede is a big incident that cannot be ignored, that could have been reported, that would have caught the attention of the press. So if indeed it is related to any of the visits of Mr. Peter Obi to Edo State, it should have come through, and it shouldn't be anything that would be a matter of debate or controversy. So can you tell us where exactly it happened in Benin City or in other parts of Edo State?
I know that he visited St. Philomena where I gave them money, and other places I didn't follow him. But after the whole thing, that what happened. Of course, you know that when things happen like this, it's just like when there is crisis. Anybody can take advantage to injure his former enemy. But why should there be crisis? Why should there be stampede? Why should there be that kind of ecstasy, rush and all? If police, security operatives were on ground to control those things, nothing like that would have happened.
Honorable Commissioner, we appreciate the information you're giving us, but just so that there can be irrefutable proof and evidence, are you able to provide evidence as to these fatalities that you speak to? I mean, it shouldn't be hard to prove. Are you able to get back to us today with evidence to show Nigerians that indeed what you say is true?
I have Kayode's number.
Yes.
But I am telling you, the governor is really serious about the security in Edo, sanity in Edo, and this is why he gave that security advisory that respect the protocol. People are becoming, I know how many times I have gone to the airport to receive people. We know many times the security will block everywhere to ensure that visitors are taken care of. It's not a question of party now. After all, the governor went to Kano. Kano is NNPP. The governor went to Akwa Ibom when he was under PDP. The governor went to Delta under PDP. The only place the governor has gone to with the same practice of informing the governor that his APC was Imo under Kopuzodima. No big deal about this thing. It's the normal standard.
Okay, so we'll expect evidence to be sent to us so we can also show Nigerians if indeed what you speak to is true, because it's important to ensure the truth is put out there.
You celebrated in the course of telling the world Obi's birthday. It was full celebration.
How do you mean you people, Commissioner?
With Nana. Okay, I'm sorry. My brother, you know, I'm talking to you.
Oh, yes.
You know.
You said we celebrated it.
When you were talking to Nana.
Yes, please go ahead.
And about the birthday of the celebration, all the things. Yes. I said it was more or less like celebration.
Okay, just to put it in context.
That's what I'm saying, sir.
We asked her a question and she spoke about it and also celebrated him. So when you say we,
okay, let me now tell you.
My colleague did. But I want you to...
This is Nigeria. Information Minister for Edo State. Edo? We'll never see anything. Until Biafra goes, Nigeria is useless, hopeless, and will remain hopeless. Call us. The lines are still open at 845-907-2230, 845-648-0031, 845-637-6632. Call us. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Mazi Iyke Peters. This is Dr. Tina. I'm calling from Texas.
Welcome to the program.
Mazi, they work for the marvelous job, stellar job that you do for IPOB.
Thank you so much.
They will, because I think we're looking at a legend, but we don't see it. You know what I mean? Like when you have something in your house,
yes,
you may not value it, but when other people come in and look at that same thing, they'll tell you, this is really valuable, this is really pretty, this is really something else.
Thank you.
What we have in you, we have not recognized it. I want to tell you thank you, particularly this morning.
Yeah.
There's a spirit that you come to the radio with that I really appreciate.
Yes.
What you're exposing might be very minute in what we are trying to do, but this is a good example of what Nigeria is.
Yes.
Nigeria is a disaster. Yeah. Nigeria is beyond repair. If you can't see it, you just can't see it.
Yeah.
You cannot see it because you're blind, because you're Nigerian. But if you are on the outside like we are looking in, you can see what a mess that place is.
That's all mess.
An information minister cannot answer one straight question. Just answer one.
It's unbelievable.
Tell us where it happened. Where did it happen? Where did it happen? They asked that same question almost 10 times.
Yeah.
He never answered it. And you know, we can lightheartedly laugh at it.
Yes.
Because we're Biafrans. But it is a colossal failure for anyone who is in such office to come with some kind of fact that he couldn't really prove. Can you imagine if this happened in everybody would, let's say it happened on Fox or happened on NBC. Everybody will call those people and say, we're not listening to you anymore if you're going to be bringing us this kind of trash.
Yep.
And they will come out and apologize. Their CEO will come out and apologize why they put on such a stupid thing on their television. But you know, because it's Nigeria, we will all laugh. Even the reporters will say, well, we'll check. If you have evidence, just give it to us. We'll report it another time.
Yes.
Looking for a way out. They were really looking for a way out.
Yeah, a way out.
They were like, okay, we have heard enough. Just go so that we can move on. It was a sham, a shamble, I don't know what to call it. But that man, like you said, Edo people, can't you find somebody that can at least say something straightforward?
I don't know.
And give it to us? But no, because it's lie. Nigeria is built on lie. And when people lie, because remember before Peter Obi even went, their governor came out and said, we don't want you to come to our state without us approving that you're coming or something. Something to that effect. They started with that lie that you can restrict a presidential candidate's movement in the country that he's trying to run for an election.
Yeah.
This is all hatred and lie. And that's why we Biafrans see it. But do you know that other Nigerians, these people call themselves Nigerian, they don't see this. They actually will not see it. Oh, well, he went and there's something probably happened. They believe in anything. They can't prove anything. Nigerians don't like truth.
Yeah.
And that's why they sit in that stupor. That's why they sit there waiting for somebody to come and rescue them. Nobody's going to rescue you. You have to rise up your own self and rescue your own self.
That's right.
Because it's only a handful of people in that country that are oppressing the masses. Why can't you rise up and tell these people, no, we don't want to die of kwashiorkor. You know people are dying for kwashiorkor in Kebbi State as we speak.
Yes.
There are boys and girls in Kebbi State looking like malnourished children like we had in Biafra time.
Yeah.
The pictures we see of Biafra children dying of kwashiorkor is happening in Kebbi State right now in the northern part of Nigeria.
Yes.
And people, I was speaking to another person yesterday and I said, if my child starts dying because I don't have food to give, you know, this AK-47 and AK-49 that they say people cannot find,
go sell
I will certainly find it. I will certainly find it and I will make sure I take a few people with me before I go.
Oh, yes.
Because can you imagine there is food and your children are starving?
It's terrible.
I cannot imagine what a state Nigeria has declined into. They have to let Biafra go.
Of course.
They have to let Biafra go
they
because
have no choice.
The more they hold us, the worse they become.
Oh, yeah.
Nigeria has just dilapidated in front of us, disintegrated in front of us, and become nothing to anybody.
Yes.
If you watch in the social media, nobody just actually claims now we're Nigerians. Even the Igbo girls who won, the Falcons, the people with football people, they started singing some Igbo songs and just really celebrated. I said, yes.
That's good.
Now you know who you are.
Yes.
And one of my friends said they were doing it on purpose. I said, if you haven't woken up at this point, you're not awake.
Yes.
And you're pretending to sleep, and we can wake you up.
Yes.
So those people who come to Radio Biafra to ask what Mazi Iyke Peters said, Thank you also for playing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's clips.
Oh yeah.
Because if you don't hear it, listen to it again.
Yes.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done a marvelous job to try to save this country and Biafra, and actually the rest of Nigeria. But if you don't get it by now, and you want to sabotage, just like Mazi Chukwu said this morning, you want to sabotage, you go down with Nigeria.
Yes.
Because we're never going to give you that chance to sabotage us again. You sabotage us, you get out.
Yes.
You get out and you stay out. Mazi, because you do such a marvelous job, that we don't appreciate you enough. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We are doing it for ourselves. Everything is for us. We are all Biafrans, so everybody has his own lane. So whatever you can do to bring up what we are doing, please do it. Don't just sit down there. When the community goes, the hunger they kill them. But this one, we are all together in this, and we'll keep doing what we have to do. Play your parts. If you don't have anything to do, I will go in to Iran so that we can go and get our ESM, make sure that we take care of them, because they are the people that are protecting us. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning. Welcome to no.
Anywhere I know why. Emma, Dada Peters, I know you are tired of going. Because we, the Biafrans, we are taking our land back from the whole world. Because on this planet Earth, the most Chinek gave us this land, and we bear his name. The only race that carries the name of Chinek, indeed. Go and check. Today, Fulani is using P2B to deceive us, and P2B don't know that they are deceiving him and he's deceiving himself. Because Fulani will never allow P2B to be there. While the P2B is supposed to be there as their own political president, but we don't care. They can use any pattern, any system to try to protect Nigeria, but Nigeria is gone. Because I number one miscreant, better than the car. I know they even shake. Mommy, we are taking our law back, and we are taking the ancient land back. We don't want violence to Tinubu. You don't know the race you are dealing with. Everything our leader talks is in the scripture. Everything our leader talks, Fulani, the Muslim. The Bible was given to Biafrans, and that then the can have come to fulfill it. And that the chicken doesn't. Onya kedu wadi greater than and kalumwe asim zegi hon emezu. Matthew chapter 24. Yana Matthew chapter 25. Jesus peace have heard this. Not Nigeria. Go and watch what is happening. Horror. They are coming to the land of the ancient race, and this is where they will end. If you love yourself as a Fulani man, go back to your north now. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Not only Biafrans, the type of spirit that we came to here, you know that our ancestors did not die. They are prepared to quench all of you here. Remember the parable of the 10 young women, the parable of the tradesman and the final judgment. Remember that all these things will happen before the people now living have all died. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. And Jesus concluded, be on your guard because you do. That hour is landing. There, Peters. Oh no. Let the final judgment decided that acquitted, and they want us to spray bullets. That Peters, oh no. Mama, you know the shit. Oh, I don't camp. I don't come down. I'm supposed to be there now, but I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here. Thank you. Veteran. Also, I hope. Mommy, to know that
Thank you.
Oh, that's some number, no. Man, no one. I pay telepa.
All right, thank you so much. There we
Sunlight Production.
All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. The lines are still open for you at 845-907-2230, 845-648-0031, 845-637-6632. I ask you, do people, where are they find all these people? Where are you people getting all these people from? Number one, your so-called governor who cannot read his own budget. Now your misinformation, I don't know, it's embarrassment. Stay tuned, call us, the lines are still open.
It's burning like fire. Biafra is my heart desire. I want her like Messiah. Nnamdi Kanu is Messiah. My love, oh. I'm ready to do anything for you, my love. I'm ready to do everything for you, my love. I will make you my canton. I will make you my cashier. Just be patient, my love. Be patient, my love. Be patient, my dear. Be patient, never relent. Just remain resolute, yo. Biafra, they come. I want let go full. I go package for you. I go manage again. Be patient, my love. Biafra is the hope. Be patient, never relent. Biafra is the hope. Biafra, they come. I want let go full. I go package forever. I go manage again. Awesome. A lot of people could not pay their husband again in Nigeria. Awesome. A lot of people could not feed their children again in Nigeria. Awesome. A lot of people could not fuel their cars again. I mean their car again. Awesome. A lot of people could not eat food again. For this government, prosperity in Nigeria is not genuine. That's the reason why the masses are suffering. More they are dying, more politicians are going higher. Prosperity in Nigeria is all about evil. Homo Biafra, Homo Chukwu Wabiama. We are entitled to fight this evil. Let's come together and support our supreme leader and crumble this evil. Go Nigeria. Be patient, my love. Be patient, never relent. Biafra, they come. I want let go full. I go package for you. You know, go manage again. Be patient, my love. Sick kingdom of Biafra. Be patient, never relent. Sick kingdom of Biafra. Sick kingdom of Biafra. Sick kingdom of Biafra. Manage again. Be patient, my love. Be patient, never relent. Biafra, I want let go package for you. Manage again. Be patient, my love. Be patient, never relent. No matter how person for this quality, we must not let go full. We go package for it. Manage again. The hand of strangers.
Yeah, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. Let's see what time we have now. We have we can take one or two more calls before we call it a day. It's 845-907-2230, 845-648-0031, 845-637-6632. Nigeria is in shambles and we won't help it to crumble itself. We are following it diligently to make sure that nothing comes out of that place. The only thing that will save them is that they let Biafra go. If they don't let Biafra go, the revolution is smelling and we eventually get there. We are not going to be part of it. We're going to be watching because of course it will happen, but we will be spectators, not actors.
After they found all the promises that they got in the president's service, why the masses was Nigeria don't I want just as well. Now go on the ocean, yes, men they kill us every day for the reason they campaign. After they found all the promises that they got in the president's service, why the masses were supposed to give them the praises today and the land. Moving on, I blame it on the religious leaders, I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious mothers, people went by with the story exercise. Today them don't join those oppressors to eat your love. Some things on the smell, very soon now we go messing up. We have a way to stop me, they got my time on. We go soon explode. Revolution they come on, it don't very close and feel up. When the power of the people, we triumph. The power of the people, the power. They know you care, they know you say the people they die of from easy they campaign. After they found all the promises that they got in the president's service, why the masses were supposed to give them the praises today and the land. Moving on, I blame it on the religious leaders, I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise.
Who owns Nigeria? Is Nigeria indeed?
Nigeria don't I want just as well. Now go on the ocean, yes, men they kill us every day for the reason they campaign. After they found all the promises that they got in the president's service, why the masses were supposed to give them the praises today and the land. Moving on, I blame it on the religious leaders, I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious mothers, people went by with the story exercise. Today them don't join those oppressors to eat your love. Some things on the smell, very soon now we go messing up. They have a way to stop me, they got my time on. We go soon explode. Revolution they come on, it don't very close and feel up. When the power of the people, we triumph. The power of the people, the power. They know you care, they know you say the people they die of from.
Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke Peters, good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Yes. I want you to. With you well. It must my whole done about you. After you were playing that clip, oh, you don't hear about you. Listen, how to get back on here. You know, all the very, very funny to tell you the truth. You know, they come out on national television accusing people without no single evidence. And the funny part of it, this is exactly the shit that we got going on with our leader Mazi Iyke Peters. When they brought out these so-called the AA, the BB, the CC, and the DDs. Yes. I'm sure it's one person. You know, that today, I say, yeah, it looks like it's a different person. Because I don't even understand the simple fact that, you know, this guy has the person who claimed that he's a DSS. I don't know what is kind of a DSS person. Yeah. Who's going to hurt you? Who's going to hurt you? If you are sure you're a DSS person, why are you being a masquerade?
Exactly.
Why are you being a masquerade coming to cover? Listen, these people, they're just playing with us. You know, sometimes I just wonder between the Fulanis and the Yorubas, I wonder, can they hate that guy themselves? Because these two people, I just can't understand. These people hate us so much that they don't want us to. They don't want to leave us, and they don't want to even take our part in Nigeria, and still they don't want us to leave.
I know.
It's just the thing they would so much. I mean, the funny part of it now. Okay, I don't know if you listened to what this guy Jonathan yesterday. That was a clip he played yesterday about what's going on in Gaza. I said they are going through famine due to the war going on over there. How Israel is bombarding them. And then they were saying that, they are really going through serious farming. And then Jonathan played it, and then at the time, the person who was giving the analysis, I think that was on their local television, he didn't mention that this is the kind of thing that happened in Egypt, and he also mentioned that what's his name, even Biafra. Yes. And it's only about 60,000 they even talked about that they're going through farming. And then you come to think about us, that over 5 million people that went through the same thing, and then it's being sealed and covered, and they're not talking about it. And the kind of thing that hurts me so much, even when Jonathan was, giving the analysis, he talked about some of these people that I don't even know what's, they claim to be a media, whatever, writing nonsense, and they all their concern is about writing, and when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes, or whatever he says goes. The things that are most important to us to educate our people, they're not even talking about it. Yeah. All they care about what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he comes, I just said, when I see him talk about it, I said to myself, is this a topic to really talk about? Is this really something to talk about? Or has any person actually challenged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why are these people hell bent on talking about whatever he says goes? In order to educate, like this thing they talked about, this farming thing, when they mentioned Biafra, and they know or just to tell these people, they knew what we went through during the program, that they sealed it out, and they used this Egypt, I think that was Ethiopia and Egypt, to make an analysis that what these people are passing through is what Biafra went through too, when we had that civil war. But our people are not educating our people. The people that are writing rubbish. Sometimes I just wonder, what I can see, selected, just only even if you're an IPOB member, but anything that has to do with leadership, and when you selected people that will be writing it, not every individual will come and be writing rubbish and confusing and confusing. They distract a whole lot of people. It's very annoying.
No, the point is most of the writers are independent. It's not they.
Yes, independent, I know, sir, but some of those independent people that are writing the independent junk, they are confusing and bringing confusion. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because the things they will say, things they're supposed to write that really matters to educate our people, for them to know exactly, where we are in this story. They're not doing it. Everybody they rubbish about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Menka, it's so annoying about Mazi Iyke Peters,
I know.
That's what I wanted to contribute, man. Thank you so
very much. Thank you so very much for your call. This is expected, during the war, when the wartime, the thing that we call wartime. I've been through it before. I know. I was quite a teenager. I was young at the time, but at least I was very much aware. That's why Angie said that now. I don't think now. Most of us name it were accidental. I think God just took care of him and says, listen, this is the role I want you to play. You go play that role and get off the way for somebody else to come in and do other things. So when you look at the whole thing, sometimes it's amazing, because when you think of, I think of my life sometimes, and I was not in the Second World War, but when I go to read history books, I see exactly what is happening now and then. So history keeps repeating itself. Everybody is trying to be relevant. The truth is that for me, the QED of the whole thing is Biafra coming. That's why I focus. Because I get there junk. There are people out there who will just create something that comes out of nowhere. Number one, I need Nnamdi Kanu when it comes out, when it comes out, when it's inside. Who is disputing the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Nobody. All the same people that are getting themselves worked up on whether he comes out or not, and they are not doing anything. Most of them, go to look at their dues. They are not paying their dues. They are not even coming to meetings. They are not even talking. All they are doing, they try to create. They want to create something that does not exist, as if no one then has all leadership. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nobody's doing that. You know that, and I know that. We all know that. Now, like I said, the only person at the US I think I can even communicate with is head of the media, because I'm in the media. It doesn't mean that I don't talk to the other of them, and most of them don't even try to give you instruction. The instruction comes from the right place. Then all of a sudden I'll be here worried. Why Nnamdi Kanu? What? Who cares? If Mazi Nnamdi comes, that anyway, the point is that the world is showing them, either the leadership, the followers, even showing most of them that they are not important. I spoke about the first meeting of IPOB that I went, the very first time. After I listened and I decided to join IPOB, I was directed to where they were going to do meeting. What I saw there, for me to be here today, what I saw there could have turned out anybody, could have made anybody make a U-turn. Because I was there in that meeting. OBJB was there. It was almost like they were having crisis. Crisis in Agwaga for somebody who just came in like me. I'm like asking myself, am I in the right place? Do you think I should belong to this place? And already there were people outside trying to campaign. When you come out, they say, now you could, they have not seen me before. Now you could, I don't mind this person. No. They are dividing. But we are here. And those people that are creating that problem, none of them is here. Because at a point they start thinking that they have become somebody. And when IPOB is such an organization that if you think you are somebody here and that you have followers, the day you step aside, there's nobody following you. You look at your back, you won't see anybody. You're on your own. That's why I keep announcing it here. I not follow anybody, I not work out with anybody come on. And when I want work, I go work out alone. Just the way I came, that's the way I will go. Because it's not so and most of them that are talking, they are trying to be relevant. Believe me sincerely. When you sit down and fold your hand, sometimes I like listening. When people talk, I listen. And I said to myself within my consciousness, the idea what is going on. It's just flowing. Many of them that left IPOB, many of them that were either they left on their own or they were removed from IPOB, thought that when they go, people are going to follow them. Nobody will follow you. Trust me. If the people can follow you, if this is an organization where placards were distributed, they were calling for food, calling to Ndagebunye palliatives to become member, that's when you have but for people who came on their own volition, the money brought them. You are nobody. You are somebody because they are with you, because you are still there. The day you step aside, you finish. You are done. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's call bye-bye. I was small. We heard it. Uchemafo, when he left, he created a radio station. What's happening to the radio station? I don't even know, because number one is, I won't even try to listen to that radio. I won't even want to know if you have a radio. Or when the man can say, oh, this man has a radio. Oh, this is what the radio have said. Iyke Peters will not listen to any of that. Because I'm not a politician. I didn't come here to look for friends. I've gotten enough friends in my life. There are people, even though there are people today that are still your friends. These are friends that knew you long time ago. Many of them are even embarrassed. You are too big for it. No, I'm not too big for it. No. Don't forget about that. Still remain my fan, that you know. But when it comes to the question of IPOB, no, it's non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable at all in any shape or form. I brought myself in here and I'm going to make sure that I see the end of it. All right? So don't let anybody bother you. Whatever they're saying it on their own. Remain in IPOB, be resolute. If they do fundraising, come in, join us in the fundraising, put in whatever you can, your widow's mite runs. But this is the Akaligo days of widow's mite, because what I'm trying to say is that it won't hurt you to give in $100 every month for what we are doing. Because we need money. We need money. Forget about those who want to lock up the money that we contributed for the running of IPOB, because according to them, Mazi Iyke, so we have instruction from him. You are the biggest saboteur and the biggest traitor that we can ever have. Because nobody has seen the importance of money in what we are doing. Mazi Iyke gave us people that will take over and people that will deputize us, stay in for him when we're looking for him. He did not say you should give it to me. He didn't say no. He said there are people, Chika Dosiem, the DOS, there are the people that are going to take charge. When you look for me and you don't see me, they are in charge. Who am I to start judging them whether they are doing well or not? If not because I'm a traitor. If not because I'm a saboteur. I want to sabotage what is happening. So somebody yesterday, I was Obilaw in Obilaw's program. I think he wrote a book. He was assistant or personal assistant to Chukwuemeka Odumegwu. He wrote a book and he's talking about Victor Banjo. And when Victor Banjo stopped in Ore, Meko Ojukwu called him and said, Victor, what are you doing there? He said, I'm trying to regroup. Say, regroup what? They gave you assignment. You're an engineer. You're not a combatant officer. So, you go to Lagos. That's what they ask you to go, and that's where I expect you to be at this time. Disobedience is insubordination in any shape or form. That is the problem we have. And some of us have refused to leave that problem. If you're a deputy coordinator in some way, you want to jump over the coordinator, you can't. Somebody was like, I'm a deputy coordinator and I'm talking to mobilization team. Who are you to talk to mobilization? Talk to your coordinator. The only person that can talk to the mobilization is your coordinator, not you. That's the way I'm going. Somebody is in charge of money and the leader is not there, and the leader had told you. Unfortunately, he has, because what if he didn't tell us? What if he never said DOS would take over? Then we could have been in total chaos, because he already said it and we know who's taking over. We knew that he said he had abolished the office of the deputy, because the first time the deputy was in charge. There was no doubt, no argument about it. So you tell me the deputy, the deputy that's in charge, you will not give him money to run the organization? How? But it's just because it has gotten into your stupid brain, you are not thinking. That because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gives instruction every day, you go to him, you're the secretary, you're writing something, that makes you think that you have become Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are not. You are not. What you are, officer, as soon as our leader is not there, there are people in charge. Those are the people that you pay allegiance to. Because even a serious, let me be honest with you. Chike Doziem is a gentleman. Because there are people that would take his office, if he's there, as deputizing for our leader. And our leader is in jail. He's locked up somewhere. And somebody's bringing a message. Oh, our leader say, I won't even pay attention. People like, you're just talking nonsense. You're talking to yourself. Who is bringing the information? Who is he? Who is bringing the information to come and give you? Somebody who is locked up inside. Everybody's clamoring. They want to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu, they are relevant. Oh, our leader say, our leader. 99.99% of that our leader say, I've heard them before, and all of them are false. All of them false. None of them was ever saying the truth. And that's how it's going to be when our leader gets out. He's not going to question me. He's not going to question you. He's not going to question anybody. But who is he going to question? Chike Doziem. How did you treat my flock? I left you with a job. What did you do? If he did well, kudos. He doesn't do well, I will still not be responsible. You will not be responsible. All of us will not be. He will be responsible. So you people should stay there and start fooling yourself. The disappointment is that some people that I personally respect, and I thought they were in what we are. Anyway, like I said before, you never know. Never judge a book by its cover, because sometimes you think that somebody is standing on your side when actually he is the one that is going to kill you. But for our age, we have learned to disassociate ourselves in so many ways and with what people think. You know, because that is what we are saying, and it's been like that. The world has never. After all, there was a Judas, so it didn't start today. Christ. At least the Bible told us about Judas Iscariot. No, Jesus, master. Eventually, he knows them anyway himself. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not made any mistake. He has given the job to Ndonye, the job, and those people are the ones that will do the job, not me. My job is to sit on the radio and do the broadcast, and Biafra continue. Anytime Biafra comes, then or anytime our leader is out, he knows those he gave the job. Those are the people that he's going to question, not me, not you, not any of us. All right, with this, I think we've come to the end of today's broadcast. I've turned down the phone lines. I wouldn't take any more calls at this time, but we hope that tomorrow we're going to be together again. But let me always remind you that our hope, our life is no other than Biafra. That's our quest, and it's our religion. That's why we keep talking about it. We're not going to give up. Nobody will make us give up. But for us who are following, please make sure that you contribute your own quota in what we are.
Who understood. Everybody jumped to conclusion. The leadership have sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody asked, where is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Where is he in Kenya? Are you people aware? Even when the leadership try to tell this story, what they don't know, most of you do not want to listen. And it is that rendition that has brought us to this stage. Since the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, do you know how many people that have lost their lives? Do you know? Many people do not know. Instead, they are being engineered internally to destroy IPO. Most of you who fall victims, without leadership, you can't know where this struggle is going. Without the IPOB leadership. Most of you thought when Eperima, all the group that came, most of you ignorantly, even if we try to explain to you people, only those who understood knows what happened in the struggle. Most of you were funding him. Most of you, the money, the dues for IPOB families, some of you send it to the criminals and said, instead you will give it to IPOB leadership. You better send it to a Perima. Some of you also use it as an excuse and squandered IPOB fund, claiming that you have sent it to a Perima. Many of you. And what happens to this struggle for the past 4 years was engineered internally in IPO. It was engineered internally. The Nigerian government does their own, and they kept others working for them inside IPO. And these people surround Mazi Nnamdi Kanu very closely. And everything that has been happening for the past 4 years, today I have come to conclusion that nobody can convince me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do not know certain things. Maybe because they continue to lie for him. They continue to say things. IPOB fought for 3 years trying to exonerate that the leadership do not know what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I came on air on different occasions. Everything Eperima and the lawyers did, it is a calculated attempt. It's not by coincidence. Everything the autopilot, the did against this struggle, it was a well calculated agenda. The siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very strongly part of this plot. For 3 years, we are fighting in and out to keep this struggle going. Because some of us know what was happening. And the same people will turn around to accuse you. The same people, as they are working against the leadership of IPOB to destroy IPOB, they are also setting blackmails against the leadership of IPOB. That is how they continue to blackmail the wife of the leader until they took them to a shrine for them to come and swear. It's because we didn't go that length. The Biafran struggle is not making headway as we expect because some people have turned the struggle to, they have merchandised the struggle. That's why I'm asking everybody, ask yourself for the complete how many years you are in this struggle. Are we moving forward? IPOB leadership for 4 years used to write letters sent to government bodies. Some of them do respond to IPOB, but we don't get the letters. Some of them do make contact, we don't get the letters. At a point, we are being embarrassed that we are running a scam. We have an office. You don't hide things. They said you have an office. You are a very big organization. You are a very big movement. The status of your office, you don't think the world is not watching. It looks like a calm place. And IPOB take with embarrassment and all these things, we try to correct certain things. But when we are trying to correct those things, people who's supposed to know that what the leadership is doing is trying to correct certain things that might not have, we got it better before now. People are sent to launch attacks on the leadership. People are sent. People are giving money. People are being promised. Go out, attack Tina Sawol, attack Chike Doziem, destroy. I want their credibility. Ability to be destroyed. Attack Tina Sawol, attack Chike Doziem, destroy. I want their credibility to be destroyed.
Greetings to our listeners. This is Radio Biafra USA, and we are coming to you through Radio Biafra London and IPOB Community Radio, directed by leader Mazi Iyke Peters. My name is Mazi Iyke Peters. Today is August 1, 2025. Go to www.ipob.org. Make your donations. Now you know why we need them. On the 23rd, 22 days left. Fundraising, IPOB USA fundraising on the 23rd of August. All Biafrans in the US, call in and make your donations. Now you know why we need it. Nothing is hidden anymore. The Nigerian issue is unity is a farce. There's no truth in it whatsoever. At the top of the hour, the coastal program will be in session. And, they'll be here. But before then, I'll play you these clips. I think one or two. But because there will be no response or like calling in, you just listen to the analysis. Download Simple Radio app on your phone. Download it. Download IPOB Community Radio app in your phone. I'm talking to our people in Biafra land and in Nigeria. You say you're not getting Radio Biafra. If you don't get it on FM, you can get it from Simple Radio. Download Simple Radio app. And there you say, choose your station. You say, Radio Biafra London. You'll get it. Then you have IPOB Community Radio app. Download that on your phone. You are capable of downloading it, and you'll be okay. And you listen, you let your people, your friends listen with you. Those that have it, you can listen in groups. You know? You turn it and say, okay, listen, that's Radio Biafra is on. You can do that. Rebadu, this week we'll be playing his statement, what he said. That will let people know that Nigeria is a lie. Nigeria is a lie. When we say it, people think that we are just playing. No, we are not playing. We are telling you the truth, the way things are.
Clashes. Professor Bandi, you know, if there is no Nigeria, certainly there will be no North. Nigeria has to be secured first. And that's why we took our time to address problems, not necessarily just in the North, but other areas. For example, the Niger Delta. We fixed the Niger Delta. Today, crude oil production is over 1.8 billion, 1.8 million barrels a day, from 1 million at the time when we took over. Because that is why we are getting the resources and the money to run our country. Today, those who wanted to dismember Nigeria, the IPOB, the ESF, who insisted that Nigeria must break, we stopped them. We did. Just to agree with Professor Bande, you must have a country first. And we have done a lot of work in the North, and I will come to share with you. At the time when we took over, few things, but extremely, very worrying, disturbing, was ongoing. 4 intractable security challenges impacted our country. They are Boko Haram. Boko Haram is close to over 20 years now. And not long ago, even Lakura, because of the collapse of the Sahel countries. All of them are gone. It's only Nigeria as a Sahel country that is standing. But we feel it. Banditry, especially in the north, and kidnappings. Northern Nigeria, northwest, north central, and indeed across.
Separatists, I have told you about them, the IPOBs and so on. The Niger Delta and communal clashes across the country, both in and out. What the SGF said about harder farmer clashes. Three of these categories of challenges, Islamist insurgency, I've told you about the Sahel, banditry and communal conflicts, which includes farmers and herders clashes, were predominant, particularly in northern Nigeria. So, I will share with you a bit of what was happening before June 1st, 2023. Simple things like the train attack. Just some few months before this government came in. Bandits. See with Professor Bande.
They hire hoodlums from outside Imo State.
You know, if there is no Nigeria, certainly there will be no North.
That's Ribadu. That is Ribadu. Now, his claims that they have subdued IPOB and ESN. Now, let me give you a counter to what this man is saying. Maybe it will open your eyes. It will open your eyes. Because sometimes our people don't understand. You see how he mentioned IPOB and ESN and how they have defeated IPOB and ESN. But in the north, the bandits are running the government. They have not defeated them. They are running the government. This is in Zamfara. The bandits are controlling the checkpoints. They are controlling everywhere. Movements restricted. This is what they are bringing to us.
At the bridge, Smanda Bridge, before it has started working, that's corrupt.
That's Zamfara. Where is Ribadu? How come they haven't defeated the bandits? They are the bandits. Ribadu and Co are the bandits. They are the Boko Haram. They are. And that's the same thing they want to do in Biafra land. Then the main clip I want to refer to you today is GMO. How our people fall for the false information with regard to GMO. And these people call themselves doctors and professors. They call themselves doctors and professors. These are foreign agents. They are foreign agents. And you look at them, you think that listen to this argument. As somebody who claims to be educated will fall for GMO and tell you it is good not to have your own seeds, but it's unbelievable.
But
meet up our food requirements by the rural farming that we do. Even in advanced countries, GMO is being used. But I would like to say it's a matter of choice. Nobody forces anybody. There's a choice. But with our population, with what we see, we need to have GMOs. We need to have the GM seeds for planting by our farmers, and not planting of grains but of seeds. And even in advanced countries, even just recently in the UK, they approved the importation, approved some grains to be brought into the country.
So, Prof, that's Dr. Sagbra, whom I know you know very well, but you are the Executive Director of the Center for Food Safety and Agricultural Research. Hearing that Nigeria cannot survive mainly on the rural kind of agriculture, that we need GMOs, what's your take on that?
Well, thank you once again, and thank you to the viewers. This was the very same clip I watched that got me, to say the least, infuriated, shameful. Shameful in the sense that that is not the truth. And for a national officer of Dr. Yemisi's standard, well respected, I expected nothing but the truth. Number one, here is the DG of NAFDA, the regulator, openly advertising seeds, proprietary material of foreign countries, companies. It's not a statement of fact that we cannot survive without GMO seeds. Like I alluded to in my previous outing here, one of my previous outings here, I come from Benue State, where a lot of food is produced, which has earned the state the acronym of the food basket of the nation. Right now, as I speak with you, a lot of fruits are wasting in Benue State, and they are known GMOs. Oranges, mangoes, tomatoes, vegetables. Now, to buy into or to sell the narrative to Nigerians and the people of Africa that we cannot do without proprietary seeds from Monsanto or Bayer or Syngenta or whatever company it is uncharitable, to say the least. Because there are good agronomic practices that have been jettisoned in this country. We from the academia have trained people, and we have curricula that expresses these good agronomic practices. For example, if you drop a GMO seed here, it won't grow because you don't meet the good agronomic practices that will encourage its growth. So now, to say that our population is so large is to undermine the fact that even right now in this country, food insecurity, as is being generally touted, it's not all about non or insufficient production of food. It's also about economic deprivation. People are there, food is there, there is a glut at certain seasons, there are no sufficient technologies to preserve, and therefore we experience enormous post-harvest losses. Food that would have been preserved for future consumption. So it's not the truth. GMOs are a market strategy, are a commercial strategy to erode national sovereignties of countries supposedly independent. For example, when you submit your food sovereignty on the altar of so-called food security or food insecurity to some proprietary seeds, and now she's talking about grains, that we cannot continue to plant grains. I mean, who told us that narrative? Is it a science? What's the difference between grain and seed? Is it not just about sorting and some germination preservation? So you see, these narratives that I have always seen, that have been sold us from without, and we have both beaten the hook, line, and sinker. These narratives if we'll insist and persist on shoving them down the throat of Nigerians, innocent, ignorant Nigerians, we are invariably positioning our country on the altar of, with sovereignty concerns to sink. And when we realize, it will be too late. Nigeria has very large arable land. Nigeria has very agile, youthful population. As a scholar, as a teacher, I also know that I have a responsibility to train young people to modernize agriculture such that it would attract this median population of 19-year-olds that we have surplus in Nigeria, to drop them back into agriculture. I also know that the political actors have a responsibility to secure the country such that the ungoverned spaces that ought to have been converted to agricultural production would be safe for people like you and I to go in and produce food. Fly over Nigeria today. You would see that there is so much land that is yet cultivated. And someone comes to sell us a very narrow, strict narrative that without GMOs.
Are you worried that this defense is...
There's no much grammar with regard to this issue. It doesn't require much grammar. People like Dr. Agnes Asabra, she needs to resign because her argument as a management, biosafety management agency personnel is a threat to food production. Anything GMO does not grow, it does not multiply. Once you use it, that's the end of it. I bought one here. I bought a cocoyam. It's GMO. I planted it, it never produced. You only see the head and the roots. Any other cocoyam offshoot, you won't see it for 3 years. So anytime you use GMO, if you leave your corn to die off and then you use GMO, that corn you planted will be the end of the corn. Next year you go and get another seed from the same company where you got your seeds. And that is why they're using the Fulanis to kill your corn. These companies are responsible for the insecurity in our land. They use the Fulanis to destroy our crops so that the last of the original corn will die off, and then they'll control your food safety, your food supply. That is what GMO is all about. That is why somebody like Dr. Agnes Asabra should be really looked at. And it's only in Nigeria they can sell this assertion, so they can sell it. And then GMO is not safe. Insects don't even eat it. Insects don't eat GMO plants. That tells you how dangerous those things are. Our other African countries are ahead banning GMO. Where else would they tell you to use GMO? Is in Nigeria. Nigeria is a threat to Nigerians. Nigeria is a threat to the development of Africa. This is why Nigeria must be dismantled. So you can stay there and speak as much grammar as you want to. The truth is as clear as daylight. That is the way it is. I'm waiting on our coastal brothers to to come on board. So here they are, and we'll join them. Mazi Ndewo. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we are waiting. We are waiting for them.
Mazi Iyke, I hope we are on, sir. Good afternoon, sir, from here, Wachineke.
Yeah, and there we are on.
Thank you, Mazi. Good afternoon, my fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedoms. Good afternoon to every freedom lover, good afternoon to every IPOB member all over the world. Good afternoon to the leadership of this great family, the DOX. Good afternoon to everybody that is working assiduously to making sure they support this struggle to actually get to come to the fruitful end. And the fruitful end is the restoration of Biafra under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are here today to continue to do what we know how to do better. Today is Friday. Today is Friday, the 1st of August, 2025. And the exact time now is just 5 minutes after 3 p.m. this afternoon. We are thanking everybody. We are thanking you, Mazi Iyke, Mazi JCI. We are thanking you. We are appreciating everybody on board this afternoon for us to add in our voice to what we have started already and to continue to move forward. I thank everybody that is on board this afternoon. Yet, without wasting much of our time, we want to go straight to our business of the day. But before then, I want to reintroduce myself. My name now Omoguji Omonose. I am from the Igodomigodo province of Biafra, which is the present state of Edo State inside the zoo called Nigeria. And we are here to continue to do the needful. I am here with my fellow comrades to actually get to do the needful today. And we are here. We'll just go straight to the areas of concentration. Today, areas of concentration is very, very interesting, but we are going to take it slide by slide. We are going to be slaughtering it one after the other for a better understanding for each and every one of us. Let me start with area of concentration number 1. The silence of betrayal by the particularly those of extraction, indication to lead the Lord, Kujo is no longer coming out. Did you lost him?
Due to network, whenever he's not coming out, somebody else should take over because it depends on his location. Yeah.
It's like we have lost him. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Lovers of freedom all over the world, depending on the time you are listening to us live, Radio Biafra. It's a great day, it's a great time for you to have here in the studio to let us know about what is happening in Biafra land, what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria, how the zoo called Nigeria is interfacing with the freedom of the people of Biafra, and that is why we are here. I am Unwavering Oforisha. Unwavering Oforisha is from Ugele North, Biafra province. Ugele North in the geographical structure of the zoo called Nigeria is located in Delta State, the so-called Delta State, so-called Niger Delta region, or so-called South-South, because I wonder where in geography lexicon you have what is called South-South. South-South does not exist in any geographical lexicon. No part of the world you find what is called South-South. You either find South-Central or North-Central, nothing like North-North. West, East. That is stupidity. That is what the zoo is noted for. The zoo is noted for stupidity. Stupidity in every ramification. Stupidity in cultural perspective. Stupidity in political perspective. Stupidity in historic perspective. Stupidity in educational perspective. Stupidity in spirituality. The stupidity is all way round. There is no area you can exonerate the zoo from stupidity. The only area you can hail the zoo is when it comes to a situation whereby other part of the so-called country is reckoned with during time of sports. During sporting time, the recent victory of the Super Falcon in the recent sporting competition, you see that the zoo comes shining. It is not because it's something that has to do with zoo. If you take note, if you look at the statistic of players of the Super Falcons, you will see that majority of the players are from the south and basically from the southeast. So that is the only place you can see where the zoo is a bit thriving. There is nothing that the zoo that is good about the zoo. The zoo is all about shame. The zoo is all about destruction. The zoo is all about disappointment, failure. There is nothing to glory about. If the zoo is seen around the world, the zoo is going about destroying its own people. The political, noise they make around is just concentrated to destroy the freedom of the great Biafran people. See what is going on in Ghana. The zoo has a hand in it, whereby you see nonchalantans coming to carry placards and begin to demonstrate that Igbos are not needed in Ghana. This thing it is not the Ghanaians that are behind it. It's still the same zoo people. They are the ones that still did it in South Africa. Still the same zoo people who engineer Igbophobia, engineer genocide. They engineer genocide at home. They engineer genocide in diaspora. We know their handwork. The only way you can see the zoo shining is in insecurity, disgrace and frustration.
So it is on this note we are coming up on board that we are fed up of the zoo country called Nigeria. We don't want to be part of a country that life is not seen. Life is not experienced. It is death. You try to stay away from death. You hide yourself, and then the death will come and knock at your doorstep, and then take life out of you. It's only zoo that you can find such a situation. So how can somebody in its right sense, in its right thinking, consider such a place as an habitat? It's not possible. It's never reasonable, and that is why we are always singing the song. We can never be Nigeria. We can never be Nigeria. Me as a person, I've always sing it. I'm never a Nigeria. I'm a Biafra, and that is why we are asking for our freedom. Self-determination is never a crime. Demand for self-determination is a fundamental human right. It's a birthright. Let me use that word. It is a birthright. It's my right to ask for my fundamental human rights. And one of my fundamental human rights are in collective demand with my fellow Biafran is self-determination. There is nowhere self-determination is criminal law. There is nowhere self-determination is considered as a crime anywhere in the world. Even the zoo constitution agreed to that by its co-signature, but it's it being part of the United Nations, the United Nations International Convention for Human Rights, which Nigeria is part of. So, by virtue of the United Nations membership, Nigeria subscribes to the law that binds every country that is a member of the United Nations. So it is their law, and that is why my king told them in their court, showed them their constitution. It is your law. It is your law. It is my right to demand for self-determination of my people. And it's not an offense for somebody to come out to champion that cause. Every one of us cannot be in the forefront. Somebody will take the lead, and others will follow suit. And that is what happened. What I'm saying, what our king Nnamdi Kanu is saying, at the level that he is saying it, it's still the same thing I am saying. At the level that I am saying it, my fellow Biafrans, they are saying it at their level, at their various levels. So the man that has come up in the spotlight before the glare of the world saying it is not saying a different thing from what I am saying at this level. We are all saying the same thing. So if you hold that man down in your court, you should look for all of us. I believe that is even what you guys are trying to do by causing mayhem in Biafra land, promoting genocide. You know, if you are not a criminal, you will not be engaging in genocide. You will not be engaging in propaganda that will engineer genocide. When you engage in propaganda that will engineer genocide, you are worse than the military that is executing the genocide. Today, the worst genocide that is being committed in Biafra land is not the genocide of gun. Boom, boom, boom. Just like, what is this politician? Boa, boa. Gunshot in the air. Nigeria, jaga, jaga. Everywhere, jaga, jaga. Gunshot in the air. Boa, boa. It's not only when you hear boa, boa and people's lives are destroyed that you now hold those people responsible holding the gun. The people who go to Facebook, who use the social media as a war zone to, demonize a particular tribe, and then at the end of the day, the people over there are motivated and they begin to cause killing, mayhem, just like what we experienced in the past in South Africa. They want to repeat the same thing. Nobody just wake up overnight and begin to kill a fellow human being. Somebody must have engineered it. And the people who engineered it, they are actually the champion of genocide. They are actually the perpetrators of genocide. The United Nations should take note of this. They shouldn't just, get hold of a few persons and say they are the one perpetrating genocide. Social media handle of people should be looked into, and then begin to call them to questioning for being part of genocidal acts. The activity that recently took place in Ghana last week, you saw the protestation. The Igbo want to come and dominate, Ghana. I was in Ghana live. I was there 1 week, just this week that passed. I was in Ghana, and I interacted with Ghanaians. I went there for a business trip at the same time, mission trip. People I went to deal with, they were never Nigerians. In fact, my 2 weeks, my stay in Ghana, I did not interact with any Nigerian in Ghana apart from, this monetary, exchange. The person that assisted me to do the exchange in Nigeria, but there are people I did the business with that I interacted with. They are never Nigerians. The hotel I slept are never owned by Nigerians. They were owned by Ghanaians. Ghanaians are smiling. They know that I am not a threat to them. Then how come somebody will just wake up and say, okay, the Igbos, they need to leave Ghana, the Igbos must go, Nigeria must go. The people that are engineering these genocidal acts. There are people who are tribal, that have been tribalized. They have used weaponized tribalism, and this tribalism is orchestrated, is a weapon that has been created by the political class. And what I mean by political class, they are not just genuine politicians who want to cause change in the society. They are the British breeded politicians, Fulani breeded politicians who want to subjugate extraterritorial expansion, jihadist expansion. They are the people who are, the paymasters of this stupid, most especially the Yoruba media people, the Yoruba press people, the journalists. They believe they have gone to one kobo school. They know they can write, and then instead of to develop, to add their own contribution to the growth of humanity. They are not there to use their intellectuality to improve humanity. Their mates are all over the world carrying out research, spending 10 years in the forest, in the bush, in different parts of the world, carrying out research. They are busy using Bible, writing nonsense to destroy their fellow human being. That is why our king, Nnamdi Kanu, came up with the proper description that where we are now is zoo. It is a zoo that you see an animal want to. In fact, we are finding it difficult to continue to call it zoo. It's a jungle, because in zoo, animals are coordinated. Carnivorous animals are kept in one place. Even different grades of carnivorous animals, they are separated, because one carnivorous animal can be more dangerous than the other carnivorous animal. So they are separated. They are organized. But in jungle, you are on your own, and that is where we have Nigeria. Is not a zoo. It's a beautiful word to describe Nigeria. The best word to describe Nigeria is jungle city. We are having smart city nowadays. Smart city, smart farm, smart city. But what we have here in this part of the world is jungle city, and some people are being, they are big tools to create genocidal, to create a genocidal system, which me as a person, I am pointing at the Yoruba media. You guys should know that the act of genocide, that some few people are being blamed, maybe the Fulani are being blamed. Anybody that one way or the other you promote tribal sentiment, you are genocidal. You should be held responsible, and that is the reason why all the insecurity today we have in the zoo called Nigeria. The reason why we are having it is because somebody want to dominate by all means. So for you to dominate, you have to create a chaotic situation. You have to create an insecure situation. It's the situation of insecurity. So, and you should know, he that ride on the back of the tiger to conquest will always end in the stomach of the tiger. That is a truism. So if you breed, if you are good at breeding monster, insecurity monster, today the North, they are enjoying eating their own cake of the insecurity. They created in the northeastern Nigeria with the intention of hoisting Goodluck Jonathan from the seat. Today it has been their own portion of the insecurity. So many villages have been sacked. So many, not even villages. So many larger part of so many local governments. They have been sacked. The bandits are in charge of some areas. Fulani are in charge of some area. Boko Harams are in charge of some area. ISIS, the West Africa, ISWAP are in charge of some area. This other new one, what do they call them? Different brand of, jihadists. They have taken their portion. This is exactly what my king prophesied about, that when they decide to come and invade us, it is Elohim who will allow them to leave their territory exposed to insecurity before they will be done trying to mess up the southeast, the Biafra land, which we will not allow. We'll be engaging them. And that is what ESN is doing till tomorrow. A direct confrontation. Every one of us are not ESN. We are not ESN, but they are a special squad that has been created to confront them. They will continue to engage you guys. You will not have a field day. While they are being confronted, both the Nigeria military, the Nigeria DSS, ESN continue to confront you, while your open space, your space is open for the terrorists to take over. Eventually, they have totally taken over the North. They are totally just a little time that will be left for what happened in Afghanistan. The Taliban taking over the political system, the government of Afghanistan overnight. You just think that it's overnight. It wasn't overnight. It is monsters that were being created, security monster. Even the government of the day created. Yesterday, Buhari created in order to take away, Goodluck Jonathan. Today, Tinubu has inherited that insecurity, the monster, who is now, the one that is losing. Now the Yoruba president is there. But the system that was created by, a Fulani monster leader, a Yoruba man has inherited it. Everybody is facing the music. Nobody is free. So if you design insecurity, you are going to have the Holy Scripture says the laborer is the first partaker of the harvest. So you, the laborer, the one that created the insecurity, you will be the one to harvest, to start harvesting it, you and your family. So and that is what is happening in the school today. So and that brings us to some important topic that we need to that has been highlighted for us here to discuss in the house today, while I wait for other comrades to come and take their position and share light on these topics that are before us. We have up to, we have just 3 topics to discuss. Number 1 is the silence of betrayal by the political class. The silent betrayal by the political class in Biafra land, particularly those of Igbo extraction, is a clear indicator that the only true leader Igbo has is our king, Lord Nnamdi Kanu. With all that has been happening, in the south, the old southeastern region, which today which has been split into the so-called southeast and the southeast and the south. The insecurity that is being perpetrated there, no part of the old eastern region is free from insecurity. There is no part. And this is the territory of Biafra land, the old geographical map that the Portuguese made. And that map is still there till tomorrow, where you have the Bight of Biafra, where the struggle for freedom was named after Biafra. You discover that it's still the same narrative then that our eternal leader, his blessed memory, Odumegwu Ojukwu, stood for, to stand and to preserve our dignity, our freedom. What he confronted is still what his children are facing today. The story has not changed. It has not changed. The enemies have not gone to sleep. They have kept their eyes open to see that they continue to attempt this agenda, genocidal agenda, so that the people that elect will be claimed that eventually they will have no option than to surrender to the jihadists. And that is what we are having today. And while this continues, in Edo State, there is insecurity in the highest order. Go to Delta State, insecurity. Go to Bayelsa, same insecurity. Go to River State, same insecurity. Go to Cross River State, Akwa Ibom, the same insecurity. Enugu State, Ebonyi, Abia State, Imo State, Anambra State. Tell me the state in the Biafra land that is enjoying security. In Ugele, where I hail from, it seems like there are the parts that Fulani has made life unbearable to them. The Fulani has made life unbearable to them. They can't go to their farm, just as it is in most part of the northern part of Nigeria and in the core eastern region. They don't go to farm. The Onyoma side of Delta State, Ogume, the Ogwashipu side, ask people from that area what the Fulani are using their eyes to see. It's not everything that they come and report in the press. The only thing that you will see the mass media reporting, stupid people, jobless people, shameless people. What you will see them reporting is the insecurity story of IPOB camp, dismantled, IPOB camp, ESN boys arrested. You will never see them. You will not see the ESN boys that they target. You will never see the ones that they arrested. You will never see the ones that they took to court. You will not see. You will just see the mass journalists who just flash it as shameless as newspaper house like Vanguard, Guardian, Sun, and all the rest. Daily Trust, name them. You see them, publishing stupid news that the little journalism I did, well, I didn't read journalism. But it was one of my elective course I did back then in the university. I did social studies and education. Social study being a multidimensional discipline. So as a result of that, they exposed us to some elective courses. One of the courses I took elective course from is journalism. We were taught when reporting, you cite authority. You make reference. Maybe eyewitness is part of your source. The local authority, maybe the traditional leader, according to the traditional leader of so place, according to an eyewitness, according to so. According to certain report, investigation, by our own investigation, all these are the things that will make up the body of the reportage. Then you know that a news has been reported. No, they don't have any of this. So what kind of journalism don't we have NUJ, or what do they call themselves, Nigerian Union of Journalism again? That's supposed to be the custodian of professional journalism. Where are they? They are nowhere to be found. The zoo, journalism has been destroyed. Journalism, the way our leader was renditioned, was kidnapped from Kenya down to Nigeria. That is how journalism has been renditioned. That is how journalism has been kidnapped. That is how journalism has been put in an underground cell of the zoo. There is no journalist that is existing in the zoo that is a true journalist. All of them are hostage victims. Editor, all the editors in the Nigeria media, Nigeria mainstream media, all of them are hostage victims. There is no one that is free. All of you are host. Don't look at the days of Daily Trust. Come and see how news is being investigative journalism is working. Come and see how investigative the color of investigative journalism. Even a child that does not know how to read, when he sees a news that is being reported, he will be able to read by force. You'll be able to read and understand. Today, there is nothing like investigative journalism. What you have is the zoo will come and meet one newspaper, come and write. The police will come and write, and you start writing. Stupid system. Collapse system. You think when the American CIA, predicted some few years before 2015 that by 2015 Nigeria will be a failed state. You are thinking that on the level the warlords are taking charge, just like what we have in Sudan today. That's when you think that it's a failed state. If a state can fail in different directions, even the first state condition that the zoo is experiencing now is worse than the one that Sudan is experiencing. It's better you see your enemies and know that these are your enemies and you confront your enemy than you not know your enemy be eating you instrumentally, gradually be eating you up. That is what every person that calls themselves one Nigeria, all of you are all hostage victims, because you cannot cry for your freedom. It is the person that is outside that the hostage taker is trying to negotiate with. They are the one that will speak for you. So for the Nigerians, the Nigerians, the one Nigerianists, they can't speak for themselves. So nobody should blame them. The IPOB media world, don't blame them too much. They are victims. They can't help themselves. We are the ones that are helping them. Like the Hausas, indigenous people of Hausa, they are always, the ones you meet, they are always giving thanks to the Almighty God for sending Mazi Iyke Peters to open their eyes. Now their eyes have been opened, but somehow they are incapacitated. They are still victims. But one way or the other, they are liberated because they have come to realize that, oh, we are being in prison. We never knew that we are in prison. But somebody has opened our eyes. And then we have now seen that we are blind. Then when you now know that you are blind, you begin to look for a way for your sight to be restored. So I believe for the Hausa people, they are going to get their freedom, though they are still victims. The Yoruba journalists, you are the worst victims. You are the worst victim. You are the ones that are being used to perpetuate insecurity in the zoo. It's only God, by divine providence or by the work of IPOB, that is when you guys can be delivered. Some African countries are being delivered today. The Sahel region. I do not get it that deliverance. Where were they? Were they there then when the prophet was speaking? Is it not as a result of the message of liberation that the prophet released into the air that they begin to realize themselves and they begin to take their destiny into their hands? That is why you can hear the story of Captain Ibrahim Traore, the most celebrated African leader today. Despite he's not the Western kind of democratic leader, but in the instance, he's a democratic leader. The government of the people, by the people, for the people, is a democratic government, irrespective of the fact that his title is a captain or is wearing a uniform. A government that is associated by the people, that is working for the people, is a democratic government. Is a democratic government. So Ibrahim Traore, I hail you. You are a Democrat. You have gotten your freedom and you are fighting to protect your people. You are the government of the people. So the type of democracy the Western people have given to us here is an oppressive democracy. It's a robbery democracy. It's robbery democracy, not democracy. So we can now see that our political class, particularly the Igbo extraction, they are victims, deliberate victims. We are sounding the message. We are propagating the message. We are preaching the message. We are teaching the message. Any way we can present it, we are talking it. We are discussing it. We are deliberating on it. You guys have submitted yourself willing to, not just willing to, willing victim. You just surrendered yourself to faith. And then as you submitted yourself to faith, you are now a tool that the Brito Fulani government is using. By your silence, by your grave silence. Your grave silence is the worst betrayal that an average Biafran will experience. Your grave silence is the worst torment that every indigo is going through. You keep silent, and it's more of you. If you are keeping silent, the way we see your silence is not that you are ignorant. It's we see your silence as a betrayer, deliberately, because of your stomach. You have accepted to be chief servants of the Fulani, while the Fulani is the chief servant of Britain. The Yoruba are struggling to compete with the Fulani as part to who is going to start. They are competing. The battle you see now today, one of the things that will consume the zoo without remedy. If there is a fire accident and somebody is burned beyond recognition, you will not be able to say this is Mr. B, this is Mr. C, because it will be burned beyond recognition. That is how the zoo, the zoo is being burned beyond recognition. the war between the Yoruba people, the Yoruba so-called what would I put them? Civilized people. They call themselves they are civilized. They don't know that they are the worst illiterate set of people on earth today. That you are now something that is risky to you. You are seeing that it's dangerous. You are struggling to take charge of that rotten system, that destructive system. The Fulani is now, having a running battle with you guys to take charge of that demonic system. And that's what will consume you the soul beyond recognition. And when you are totally consumed, Biafra will be free. That consumption, that consummation, or that destruction will never be experienced in Biafra land. Why? Because IPOB is on ground. Mazi Iyke Peters has set the pace. He has built a structure. And that structure is what we are following. We are using to hold forth for him until he is done with them. He told us that he's coming to confront the zoo. He's coming. I am coming home. Did he not come home? Is he not confronting them? Many of us are blaming, he shouldn't have gone to Kenya, he shouldn't have done this, he shouldn't have done that. You see what he has done? You see his movement from, wherever it is, where he said to Kenya, led to what we are going through. But he was the one that told us, and we are hailing him, I am coming. And as he said he's coming, he said he need 100 men. He need 100 men. Is coming and he is going to confront. Glory be to Yahweh. I praise you. I praise you, all the Nelson Obruwe. Akagaburu Erumeru. For in fact, your ways cannot be understood. He is the only one through his formidable structure. An army that can never be defeated. Is that army that is regarding the whole of Eastern region. That is why we can say Nnamdi Kanu, King, Lord Nnamdi Kanu is the only true leader. He's the one that can speak boldly. And today, me, I am a leader. By aligning with the force of King Nnamdi Kanu, because we are the ones speaking. We are POP warriors, media warriors. We are the ones speaking. We are the two leaders. We are the ones calling the shots. We are the only opposition that we have that the zoo is afraid of. As the Fulani people not said it, they said the only enemy, the only problem that the Fulani has is not the Hausa people. Not the Yoruba people. He didn't even say they are they didn't say it is the Igbo people. He didn't say it's the Southeastern people. They didn't say Niger Delta people, South people. They didn't say politicians from the Southeast region. They said the problem that Fulani have today, they did not see it. They did not read it. It's IPOP. Why? Because they are the voice of freedom. We are the voice of freedom. We have come and we go nowhere. We don't come, we are going nowhere. We become trouble, you troubler of Israel. Ahab told Elijah, the troubler of Israel. Elijah said, you are your father's house, you are the troubler of Israel. We, the Elijahs, the Nnamdi Kanus, the Kumekus, we are not the troublers. They will become trouble in as much as you don't want peace. We will never allow you to drink water and drop the cup because you want to drink good water and then give us poison. We will not allow you. The pikin will say, Mama not go sleep, himself not go sleep. Now so it be, now so it be. So I join me to hail King Nnamdi Kanu. He is the only voice. Who is that voice that is speaking? Let it come out and see what the zoo will do to him. Is he the governor? Let the governor come and speak. Let him use his security vote and stamp and wipe away insecurity. He will pay with his life. He will pay with his stomach, infrastructure, political structure. He will be destroyed without remedy by the zoo, by the Fulani system, by the British system. So that is one of the points we have here to discuss. The silence of the political class in Biafra land, particularly those of the Igbo extraction, is a clear betrayal. I am paraphrasing it, it's a clear betrayal. And also it suggests that the only leader that the whole of this region has is our king, Mazi Iyke Peters. I hear you. So the second point there is with all the continued activities of insecurity in the old southeastern part of the zoo, orchestrated by the jihadists, Boko Haram, bandits, Fulani herders, is the prophecy of MLK about the destruction of the zoo anything to go by? Is it anything to go by? Has he not prophesied it? As the insecurity be abated, the more security votes, the more sophisticated weapons the Boko Harams are carrying, the Fulani herders are carrying, the bandits are carrying. All these new organizations that is not much established in our vocabulary, more than different factions of daddies, more than 10. In fact, what is 10? They are up to 50 different sets that are not directly connected to Boko Haram. They have their own kingdom. They have their own system. They are hustling for space. You are in Sokoto. You are in Niger. Me, I am in Sokoto. I'm in charge of the jihadists that are in charge of Sokoto. They are different from the jihadists that are in charge of Niger State. They are different from the jihadists that are in Zamfara State. They are different from the jihadists that are in Borno State, this state that we have Sabisa Forest. Those ones are Boko Haram territory. All this northern part of Nigeria, including the Middle Belt, each state has its own base, its own unique jihadists. So multiply, and some of the states you have up to like three sets, different 3 sets in each state. Just like you have the state senatorial districts, 3 senatorial districts, northern senatorial district, southern senatorial district, central senatorial district in each state. That is how these states are being splitted by this group. Each state, you will be underestimating the number by saying that each state has one particular state. Each region, some of the regions are even divided into 4. Now you have four sets of jihadists in a particular state. They multiply by the number of states you have in the north. Then you get the average number of jihadist sets. Can they come out from it? They have been destroyed. It is empty desert that you guys are going to see by the time Biafra is arriving. Biafra land will become heaven. You people will be begging for visa to come. You people will be begging for cup of water. You'll be begging for something to eat. I wonder how the leaders of Biafra land will accommodate such kind of hospitality then. I leave that for the leaders. But for me, I can't imagine the horror the people of the northern Nigeria will go through by the time the prophecy of our king is fully manifested. It has. I believe by my own personal estimation, I'm not following the statistics of anybody, about 40% to go, and everything will be via. Everything will be via. Everything will be via. The prophecy is there, and I sense that Tinubu and his cohorts They know this and they are working toward this. I can reliably inform you by investigation, by my personal investigation. Tinubu is raising a very formidable army that will defend the Yoruba land. But I doubt if they will be able to move forward by this their politics of betrayal, dancing here, dancing there, dancing there, dancing here. I doubt if they are going to survive it. But the handwriting on the wall, that is on the wall, Tinubu is raising an army of defense in the name of that way. You know, when the zoo eventually destroyed, they will use it to protect the southwest. Were you not there when Tinubu kind of opened up a what do they call it, depot, training depot, Nigerian military depot in a state or two states? As I'm talking to you, for security reasons, I will not tell you what I will not say much. I saw it with my eyes. I saw armored car moving around Oshu State. I was wondering, I said, is it dream? Is it dream? The armored car that I saw moving around, they were not in the color of Nigeria Army color. They are in kind of United Nations color. Could we now say it is Air Force? What does Air Force get to do with armored car? The color of Air Force, it is aircraft that you see that color of sky blue. But you see armored car, instead of the Nigeria Army color. I am born and brought up in the barrack and know much about security. It's supposed to be the color of the Nigeria Army, camouflage color. According to where the combat will take place. If it is going to take place in the desert, it is going to be carton color. It's going to be carton color. But if it is in the rainforest, it's going to be pure green camouflage. But this in the Ogbomoso, I saw it live. I saw it. And as I'm talking to you, I have intel, somebody that have joined this their forest guard, which Tinubu is already signing into law. I was there in their midst. I was there, Koro. I am seeing. In fact, I do my own personal investigation because I am an independent journalist. So these things, the destruction is so imminent. In the name of making Osun State a depot, this man is moving armory there. His boys, as I'm talking to you, there is a 2-week camp of training. Is this gazetted? Go and do your research. You people will be just be calling one Nigeria, Nigeria will be better. You people will be praying, Nigeria will be good. Kumuyi will be praying, Nigeria will be good. Who are they? Oh my goodness! Go organize Nubula will deal with all of you. Because you are bringing destruction to the land in the broad open eye. So you look at the way Tinubu and his people are preparing. Why not make it easy? We have asked for self-determination. Our leader is head down. Why not say, okay, what this guy is saying is true? Look at his security. Allow them to go, allow him. Self-determination is his political right. Now, instead of you to do it, you are, breathing, more insecurity by training your men. These Yoruba people that they don't know, they have not fought war. The civil war, they didn't fight. They were not part of it. Even the Hausa people, they were not all that part of it. They are mercenary from Niger, from Sudan that they brought. My father was involved in that civil war. You see, tall, ranking Nigeria, very tall. They are mercenary and Biafra soldiers dead seriously. My mother told me the story. Dead seriously with them. They couldn't survive it. They were finished until they cried out to the international community. All the whole world gang up against the small soldiers of Biafra. And then the war, temporarily there was a ceasefire. It is not a surrender. It's a ceasefire. And that ceasefire that has taken place, which the Yoruba are supposed to take advantage of and let peace reign. They have not tasted. They count the number of Yoruba. Go to every barracks, take a census of Yoruba soldiers who are serving in the major people you see, they are the Southeastern, Calabar, Akwa Ibom, Urobo. Yeah, I'm a barrack boy. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm a barrack boy. The people right from 1980s, where I was growing up, you have more the people, less of Yoruba people. They are very lazy. They don't know how to. They don't have arts. So the few people you gather now, you are training them. How long, how much, have you changed their mentality, the spirit that Oduduwa gave to them? Can you change it overnight? For Biafra, me, who is from Niger Delta, Ekumeku is residing in me. You don't need to train me. You don't need to teach me. You don't need to teach me radicality. Anytime the time comes and I need to exhibit it, I will exhibit it. Nobody will train me. But you will take 100 years to train the average Yoruba. So you think that is the shortest cut? You guys are going to be swallowed with that. You are going to be destroyed according to what my king said with that remedy. So the prophecy is here, and nobody can temper with the prophecy. It will definitely occur. It is occurring. It is manifesting. More of it is manifesting. It will continue to manifest. So going to the last point here, who is responsible for the continued killings of Biafrans in the southeast region of the zoo called Nigeria, particularly Imo State? Number one, who do we finger? The southeastern governors? Or number two, Hope Uzodinma? Or number three, the Igbo politicians? Or number four, the autopilots led by the criminal lord called Eperima. Or number five, it's like we are doing a jump exam here. Number five, all of the above discussed. I believe my panelists, they are here in the house. I will stop here. Mokujo, we lost you. Are you back? I can't find him here. Okay. Mazi Iyke, please, can you take the microphone?
Mazi Iyke, what's up?
Hey, well,
thank you very much. I forgot who the answer for Robo.
I say Madari, I'm asking you, how are you? You will say A.
I know, I understood the question, but it was the response that was confused.
Oh, yeah, take the response now. If I say Madari, you will say A. Madari.
A.
Good. As you answer A, you have said yes. I said, how are you? Are you doing fine? You said yes. Omagari, are you doing fine? You say yes. Omagari. Hey. God bless you.
Mazi, God bless you too. I thank you. It really shows for our listeners out there to understand that this Biafra struggle that we are into it in one spirit and in one accord. Our message here is very, very simple and direct. It is to let the world know that when we talk about Biafra, every one of us from the old eastern region, we are all part and parcel of this Biafra project. Nobody is more Biafran, or no tribe, or is more Biafran than the other. Thank you once again. Greetings, lovers of freedom, Biafrans, and of course IPOB members all over the world. Special greetings to our leader Mazi Iyke Peters, the Lord and Savior of the Biafran people. Mazi Okuchukwu Nnamdi Kanu, you will live long and you will see Biafra. He said. And to the wonderful leadership of this movement, the Directorate of State, led by Mazi Iyke Peters, I doff my hat. And as an IPOB member, we are all saying kudos, more grace to your help, and more strength, wisdom, and knowledge to continue to pilot the affairs of this struggle until we get our leader rejoins us and we get to our promised land, that is Biafra. Mazi Iyke, thank you very much for always being here and holding it down for us, for Biafrans. We appreciate you. Lovers of freedom, my name is Mazi Iyke Peters. I come from Igbobaoka local government of Ikodomikodo province of Biafra land. You know, when we say, sometimes we come and we say Ikodomikodo, some people do not understand. They try to, what are these people talking about? You know, as Biafrans, we are ancient people. That is why you see us, sometimes we tell you we are Indigo. That's the ancient people. And as a result of that, when we come, or because of the knowledge or the understanding that we have attained when it comes to us as a people, we do not speak or say things based on face value. As Mazi Iyke will say, cosmetically, you know, we go deeper. Irrespective of the fact that today we happen to be in a place, some of us were born in a place where they call Edo State. It does not stop us from digging a bit deeper to understand where we are coming from. Because there's a parable that says anybody, if you don't know where you are coming from, if you are not able to tell where you are coming from, where you are sojourning from, it will be difficult or almost impossible to tell where you are going to. Okay? That is why we, you know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB took it upon ourselves to dig deep into to look deeper into who we are, irrespective of, you know, what we are being projected as today. And that is why we understand that the kingdom today that is known as the Benin Kingdom, at a point, did, you know, recognize or was recognized as Igodomikodo. That is the ancient name. You know, it is over time, because of politics and, you know, politics basically, the politics of divide and rule that have brought about, you know, the different states that we now have today, which, you know, Edo Delta is, you know, is now 18 as of today. I still remember, even though I was young, when, you know, we were referred to as the Benden people. Okay? And these Benden people were, you know, was the creation of both the Edos, the so-called Delta, you know, and all that. We were all there. And if you also take it back, you realize that before we were called the Benden people or Benden states or what, however, we had there was a nomenclature that we were known with. At a point we were the old Eastern region. You know, and you can still trace it back and back and back and back. So that is why our message on this coastal regional program that we come here every Friday on Radio Biafra is to enlighten our people to understand that there is more that connects us to what divides us. Because the state creation is a ploy to divide a people that, you know, was once united. Having said that, we have we'll dive into the topics that we have today because, like I will always say, plenty talk, not a full basket. We want to go straight, and the area of concentration number 1 today says the silence of betrayal by the political class in Biafra land, particularly those Igbo extraction, is a clear indicator that the only true leader Indigo has is our King, Lord Nnamdi Kanu discuss. as we go further, I want to note, or I want listeners to understand that wherever you come across, you know, the word Igbo or the phrase Igbo or Igbo extraction, please always understand that we are referring to every one of us that are of the old Eastern region. Like I just said, there is more, we are more connected than we are divided. So when we say whatever affects, when you know, Igbo extraction, some people who want to, somebody from Edo State, somebody from Rivers State, which is Igbocha, somebody from, you know, Delta State, as it is called, would say, oh, okay, it is the Igbo people that they are talking about. Not knowing that there isn't, you know, anything or much that separates us as a people. And on this platform, on this Radio Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has lectured us, has educated the world, has enlightened the world as to, you know, the things that connect us. For example, our mothers all across, there is, you know, the dressing sense is the same. Our food across the Eastern region, whether you identify as an Igbo speaking or you identify as somebody who speaks Ekwani or somebody who speaks Urobo or speak Ijo, our food is we practically eat the same food, and our ways of life practically, you know, the same. So I just want to stress that part so that when we read some of these questions and you hear Igbo, you don't get it confused. The silence of betrayal by the political class in Biafra land, particularly those of Igbo extraction or Biafran extraction, is a clear indicator that the only true leader Igbo has is our king, Lord Nnamdi Kanu. Absolutely true. There is this saying, you know, I'm sorry, I may not be able to quote it word for word, but I believe that our listeners and even my fellow comrades in the house are used or are conversant with this, what I'm about to say. There is a saying that, you know, when they came for the trade unionists, I didn't say anything because you know, I'm not a trade union, or I don't belong to the trade union. You know, they came for the other class or the other set of people, and, you know, I didn't do anything. I didn't make any move because I felt I didn't belong to that class. Until they came for me, or they come for you, you know. So, the silence of the political class is nothing short of betrayal. And this happened or comes as a result of the fact that those who occupy political office today feel as if the traumas that we are going through, the problems that we are going through, as if it doesn't relate to them, they don't relate with it, it doesn't concern them because they feel they have some, you know, relevance politically. So that is why they would maintain silence, that we are here today calling them out to put it to them that their silence is nothing short of betrayal. Particularly of those of us, you know, of our politicians from the Igbo, the Biafra extraction. I have never, since our Lord and leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, since his kidnapped from Kenya, I have not come across anywhere where the governor of Edo State, whether the past one or the current one now, where they have called out for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I have not come across, you know, where the governor from Akwa Ibom State has called for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the question is, why? Why this silence? It is simply because these people are benefiting from the system today, a system that they see or feel our call for, self-determination, a call for referendum, a call for, separating ourselves from this union that we didn't create. They see it as a threat to their them, means of livelihood. And this is tantamount to greed of the highest order, because the duty of an average politician should be the well-being and the welfare, the good of the people that they are politicians over. That is the primary duty that these politicians owe to us as citizens. And that makes me a lot of time, when I begin to think and ponder on some certain things, I get lost in my thinking. While I was in secondary school, I remember we were taught government, what government is, what government represents, and how government function. And we did learn, or I did learn, that the function of any government anywhere in the world is primarily the welfare, the safety of the people that are being governed. And I want to ask zoologists, proud one Nigerianist, do you have a government? If you say yes, you do have a government, because as of today, the one in charge is Ahmed Bola Tinubu, who is the president of that contraption today. Now the question will be, are you, as I'm not talking of individual now, I am talking of collective as a people, what do we, or what are benefiting from the government? Because like I said, the primary duties given to the people are not limited to security, limited to infrastructures. And I ask one Nigerianist, do you have security? Are the people within that space, are they secured? Every now and then, you will come across videos, not just videos, you come across evidences from people who are victims of this terrorism that is going on in Nigeria. Let me single out one example. Zoologists, do you recall how long Boko Haram has been in existence in Nigeria? We are counting decades now. And you claim to have a government for decades have not been able to a halt or curtail the activities of Boko Haram. How then do you say that you have a government? Since I was born into this hellhole that is known as Nigeria, I have never experienced uninterrupted power supply. Me, Mazi Iyke, I have never experienced uninterrupted power supply. I have not enjoyed running water. In fact, if these politicians, these people, this political class, if they are failed in these basic things, will you not now understand why they are silenced over, the kidnap and illegal rendition of our leader? Do you now understand why they are silent, and they will most likely remain silent over the execution that Mazi Iyke is going through? It is the same people. You can expect a mango tree to produce orange or pawpaw for you. It is not possible. So it is the same way. And history of Nigeria has taught us that the foundation with which Nigeria was laid, a false foundation. The first election that ever happened, even before independence, was rigged. This man, Wilson Smith, yes, one of the British, what would I call him? Who was in Nigeria at a time? Who was in Lagos? I have listened to the man's clip where he made some of this revelation. How British intentionally, sideline those who they knew or felt had what it takes to actually build a country. They sideline them in order to, make their friends. That was the word they used. Let me say, because the British considered the North their friends. And when we talk about the North, we are not talking about the average Hausa people. We are talking about the Fulanis that the British worked with, during their conquest period. So, you don't expect a faulty Nigeria with faulty politicians full of lies and deceit. What are they coming to say? Whatever they come and open their mouth to say at this point regarding what we are doing or regarding our leader, you can best believe that it is all lies. That is why somebody like Debo Umahi came out recently and was spinning rubbish from his, what he calls, mouth, saying that there was a word that they would talk with the president, they will conduce so that they can consider Mazi Iyke as if to say, they are going to beg for Mazi Iyke. What the hell? For somebody that your own court has discharged and acquitted, for somebody that your court has acknowledged that the way and medium you brought him back to the country is wrong. So what is it that anybody wants to tell us? Mazi Iyke, like you rightly stated, Mazi Iyke said he was coming back with hell. And when he said it, as I've been saying, many thought he was going to come, with guns and bullets, ammunition, doing this. But to the greatest surprise of, to our surprise, you've seen the head he has brought upon Nigeria. Unless you are not being sincere to yourself, if you take a close look into Nigerian system from 2021 that our leader was election, you can see how the zoo, with the effort of IPOB, you can see how the zoo is crumbling day by day. IPOB has been able to pull the zoo to international stage for people to see and know what Nigeria, what their plans, what they are up for, or what they represent. So, in conclusion, to this point number one, yes, the silence of the political class is a clear betrayal, and for me, I do not expect, much from them. But we also use the opportunity. We are also speaking to their conscience every now and then, having what I would call false hope that they would, somehow become what they are not, which is very difficult. They feel as if speaking up to say Mazi Iyke is actually not an aggressor, is actually the solution to our problem. They feel as if that would remove food from their mouth, And let me remind our people that this same political class in the form of governor were the same people that our leader Mazi Iyke presented what we Biafrans, of the old Eastern region, our plight, the things that we need or that we want, that would ensure, a better living condition for us, that would ensure better economic ground or situation for us, such as, ensuring that we have a seaport in our region, ensuring that we have an international, airport in our region, ensuring that our roads and, so many other infrastructures are put in place. I'm saying that these are the same government that Mazi Iyke presented these things to, saying that as governors, take this thing, this proposal, push it, take it to the federal level, so that these things can be looked into. After all, these things that we are talking about have been put in place in other regions of the same Nigeria. What did these governors, what did they do in turn? They turn around and rather than, saying, what this man is saying is to the benefit of the people that we are governor over, they rather sought for how to end his life, end his voice, so that nobody talks about this thing. So these are the same people that we are talking about. They are not different. So their silence is they have always been betrayers, and very, very sadly, I do not see them changing. Except a monkey wants to now become a lion, of which we are in a world of endless possibilities. So, as a result of that, we'll leave it open and hope and see that maybe the very soonest, we can begin to see these things. But let me end it by saying that whether or not the political class, whether or not they speak up or not, we are making it abundantly clear that Mazi Iyke has not committed any crime known to both local and international law, and so therefore he must be released unconditionally, not with any condition attached, unconditionally, you must ensure that the same way you brought him illegally to this country, you must ensure that you take him back to where you brought him from and pay every compensation that he for illegally keeping him against his constitutional rights, you know, and all the emotional, you know, all the times you have toyed with his emotion, all the blackmail and all sorts, all the things you have called in, you would ensure that you must make up. That is very, very clear. Point number 2, I say that all the continued activities of insecurities in both southeastern parts of the zoo, orchestrated by the jihadist Boko Haram, bandits, and Fulani herders, is the prophecy of Mazi Iyke Peters about destruction of the zoo anything to go by? I mean, I think the zoologians should be in the best positions to answer this, even though they are not there to themselves. I've come across, you know, quite a handful of them who before now they used to talk trash or they used to talk down on Mazi Iyke Peters and IPOB. But the recent events or the events that have been happening have now made some of people to shift ground to saying that so this man actually was saying this thing, oh, this man actually said this and it has happened. This man actually said this, it has happened. I keep telling them that the only one that is yet to come to pass is that Biafra must be restored. Every other thing I said, I mean, just name it. 8 years before Bola Ahmed Tinubu will become president of the Super, will be selected. Mazi Iyke Peters, you know, predicted. He said it. He predicted it 8 years before. The so-called Buhari that they just that have died for the second time. When he died, Mazi Iyke Peters said it, and people thought, you know, hey, it was a joke, and he accurately predicted that after 2 years, you know, away from his, you know, after they ruled his tenure, that they will formally announce it. Did it not happen? And Mazi Iyke Peters told us that the jihadists are coming. It was very, very clear. They are coming. Today, are they not here? Biafrans and lovers of freedom are there. Are the jihadists, are they not in our bushes right now?
Mazi, let me not put word in your mouth. Are they not ashamed? They know this man prophesied. Why couldn't they try at least to prove him wrong? To wait for 3 years before they announced him. Why did they exactly fulfill the 2 years that predicted that after 2 years of his actual damage, that is when they will now announce it to the world? Why in fact this prophet is too much, and this zoo too, they are too much. Maybe we used to praise them. I hear you zoo. I don't now.
The thing we say, you know, they get one parable that they always tell us those times. Even though, you know, time and events today that don't they make, you know, those parables with they look at, with they reason them with another, with they reason them very well. They say where, you know, old man go sit down, they see things. The young boy or small boy will be climbing the rope tree, you know, with the see within that old man they see, you know. So I go kind of liking them to if anybody try to understand how come exactly as our Lord predict or prophesy he come happen so. And again, why you think say with the reveal and with the even they call Mazi Iyke Peters our Lord? For somebody to be a Lord, not be for mouth, not be child's play. You must possess some certain kind of attributes you know, that for you to be considered Lord. I'm not talking about the Lord, the Knight, the one where the British they confer on people. No. I mean Lord in the sense of how we literally understand Lord. You know, when we talk about Lord, there's a particular reference or, you know, that we give, you know, like almost like a supernatural, you know, we give it a supernatural view or attachment or look. So, Mazi, to respond to what you just said, that is what it is, you know. And like I was saying, people from Edo, you have to know some more. The jihadists, the Boko Harams, the Fulani terrorists, they're not doing our land as we speak now. I remember one broadcast I listened to where Mazi Iyke was lecturing, and somebody called, you know, somebody that seemed or happened to come from Edo State, and he was in that meeting, we were saying some things. How can you be calling Nigeria a zoo? You are not supposed to call Nigeria a zoo. Blah, blah, blah. Some others will come and say, Edo State, the way you are talking about Biafra, don't bring Edo State, don't bring Edo, you know, talk yapping all this manner of, you know, uncomprehendable rubbish. Where are they today, Mazi Iyke? Where are those people? Where Mazi Iyke was saying that these jihadists are coming, let us prepare. Just not quite long ago, I think about last month, Upper Ekenwan Road in Benin, where they have the army barracks, Ekenwan barracks. I've been to that barrack, I think around 2010, 2011. I did, you know, participate in the recruitment exercise, you know, for Nigeria Army. And that was where, you know, we all gathered. So I know that place very, very well. I'm not speaking from yes, say. I'm speaking from a point of facts and figures. Ekenwan Road, Upper Ekenwan Road, is not good. There's a name they call that community. Very recently, the people from that community, they were all over social media crying how Fulani is displacing them in their own community. Fulanis that are strangers, foreigners will come to your land and come and displace you from your own land. My brothers and sisters, where does such thing, which same place can such thing happen? As if that is not enough, the government of that place would support these same foreigners, shield them from attack, ensure their smooth operation of, you know, destabilizing communities and uprooting them from their ancestral homes. If somebody is listening and saying, oh, what are you saying? Please, I am asking you, the people that are living in IDP camps in Benue State and its environment, didn't they have homes? Are they foreigners? I'm talking about Benue citizens who are not living, farmers who are not living in IDP camp, and I'm asking, didn't they have a home? What happened to their homes? Do you know what it takes for you to be in your own home state, in your own country? You end up living in an internal displaced, you know, camp. Mazi Iyke, can you just phantom this thing? That where you were born and raised, where your ancestors lived for thousands of years, somebody that is a total stranger comes, sack you away from that place, and the government that you pay tax to, that you supposedly voted, that are supposed to be in charge of your being, will not say, okay, come. Fulani terrorists, they don't displace them from the house, they kill your parents, kill your father, kill your children. Okay, come. we get one place where we prepare for now. Make una come go dey IDP camp. How can one even process this kind of things? That is why I keep telling people that I come across, sometimes when they want to, when they are having conversations and they want to try to compare, to say, oh, but, you know, even other African countries, they are also going through. I tell them, no. Nigeria is not like unlike any other African country you can ever talk about. And I will argue it with you with facts and figures. Look at what Burkina Faso is doing today. That is a real government who, you know, attacks or who takes care of the threat that is against their people. But can you say the same thing in Nigeria? No. They hate them. And the ones that are managed the ones that you manage to catch or, you know, you send to police stations, before you know it, they are released. Nigeria is the only country since I started knowing what life is and up to this moment, where terrorists, known terrorists, we are not saying suspected terrorists, no. Known terrorists are rehabilitated or reintroduced into the Nigerian security, you know, architectures. You find them in the army, you find them in police. I'm talking about terrorists that have wasted the lives of people, that have destroyed properties, that have caused, you know, harm, unimaginable harms. These people are brought back, reintegrated into the society. So, what is it that we are talking about continued insecurity in the old eastern region? Does this not answer why the insecurity in the old eastern, you know, part of the zoo, you know, does it not tell you why it is the way it is? Does it not tell you why? You know, so yes, our leader has prophesied all of these things, and we are just seeing it happening. And we are using this opportunity to call on lovers of freedom, listeners of, you know, Radio Biafra, those who know what dignity is all about. IPOB, the reason why IPOB is different from any other group or organization, whether within the zoo or outside, is that we are done with coming to talk, just sit down, you know, do Biafra talk. Oh, this Nigerian like this review, just talking about it and not doing anything. No. IPOB have tried to take the bull by its horn because we understand that our own destiny, my own destiny, lies in my hands. Nobody will save me if I don't save myself. Okay? So, rather than keep yapping about our problems, it is high time we join IPOB to tackle the problem. Those of us or those of you who can find a way to be IPOB members, well and good, so that you can bring in your both, you know, mental, what you know mentally, you know, your time, your finances, you bring it on board, just like the rest of us, those of us who are IPOB members, we are doing to support. And those who feel, okay, you maybe for some reasons, or you are not convinced yet as to being a member of IPOB, do you also need to be convinced as to safeguarding your territory or safeguarding your ancestral homes? Do you need somebody to convince you that if you do not do anything, or if IPOB do not do anything, that is only a matter of just a short time, we will all be overrun and we will no longer have homes? And you that you are saying, it's only a matter of time. You will be living in an IDP camp, or you will be in Italy doing your struggling over your hustle over there in Italy. Your parents will be living in IDP camp. Igipwe we yare identificam. Uga oge machana we oge no. Yare no snubi opa eke wa yare mi ya soe. Eri ma bi yima yeti yubo. Yubo oswemila asubo. Oyomila oge oyari higa ya na ko. Emi ya na ebi okoya. Ayemila ya riwe. When on your bone was Igaba imwe eke 47 ladia or more bad ladia or yabelewe. So what are we saying? Even to Nuzomo, support IPOB, support ESN. Go to ESN website, IPOB website at www.ipob.org and support what we are doing. A support or your contribution to what we are doing is a service to yourself and humanity. It's a service to your space, a service to your ancestral home. Just imagine for a moment if we didn't have ESN across our bushes. Imagine what would have been happening right now. Mazi Iyke, I don't know if you remember, few years ago, let's say around 2015, 16, 17, 18. If you remember, the news that was always prevalent, that it is always common, used to be farmer herders clash. Mazi Iyke, do you remember?
Of course, it was farmers' herders clash or boundary land disputes.
Land disputes.
Yes.
But have you not seen, since the inception of ESN, those things have, almost, I'm not saying they are completely gone, but almost become history in our Biafra space, especially, the interland, because of the presence of these men in our bushes. Now people are able to go to farm, and the areas where we have not been able to cover, we see what is happening. The areas where people out of ignorance or out of sheer stupidity, sheer foolery, said, well, we don't need people, we don't need people. We saw what the result is. We are all seeing it, except for those who want to be politically correct. But like in IPOB and on this radio, we don't do political correctness. We say it the way it is. And that is why I think that Mazi Iyke and IPOB as a movement have been able to survive all the attacks that have been thrown at us. It is simply because our weapon is not guns and bullets. Our weapon is the truth that we speak at all times, irrespective of whose ours is called. Okay? So our people from Edo State, Igeto, our people from Delta State, our people from Iguacha, our people all across the whole eastern region of Biafra land support IPOB and support ESN. A support render to IPOB and render to ESN is a support render to our own self. I will leave that at that because of time, so that other companies will also come in. The last point that says, who is responsible for the continued killings of Biafrans in the southeast region of the zoo called Nigeria, particularly Imo State? Let me answer that before we go to the different ones I was saying. If you ask me who is responsible, I would put it back to you as, who are those charged for the security of lives and properties in that area or in our space or in our land? Of course, when you get the answer of who we entrust or the people that we entrusted our security, once you are able to find out who those people are, then I put it to you that it is the same people that are responsible for the continued killings of Biafrans in the southeast region. There's no other way for me to put it. The same politicians that are tasked with safeguarding lives are the ones who have jettisoned, what they are supposed to do. They have left us to our fate. They have left us to the killings, done by Boko Haram, Ansairu, ISWAP, Lakurawa, Fulani S-Men, and the list continues. They are, because as an African citizen, you do not have what it takes to confront some of these crimes and some of these things. Even with the little effort that we have put in as a people, how has it turned out to? Like I made mention when I was talking about point number 2, few cases where some of these herdsmen who come into our farms, rape our mothers, destroy our farmlands, sometimes when we are able to even overpower them, because we are law-abiding people, we don't go the same route that they go. They kill us up front. They take our life. But, because we try to be law-abiding people, to be sane people, to behave like people, because we value life as a people, we hand over these people to the police. What happens to them? They are released. So is it that went to release the Boko Haram or the Fulani S-Men? Was that the one that went to release it from the Nigerian police custody? Was it my father? Was it my mother? Is it not the policeman that is charged there to discharge his duty? Yes. Is it not the same policeman that would be ordered to release the culprits or release the terrorists, and the terrorists will be released? So if you are
that is aiding and abetting of terrorism.
Of course.
Mazi Iyke, please, you need to start wrapping up so that someone else can come on board, and let's make it snap behind.
Thank you very much. Apologies, please. Apologies for taking time. Let me wrap it up here. The question is it the Southeast governors? Yes. The Southeast governors, they are complicit. 2, is it Opis or Dima? Yes, because we are talking about particularly Imo State. And who is the chief principal of Imo State? Is it Mazi Iyke that is charged with the responsibility of safeguarding life in Imo State? The answer is no. The chief security officer of that state is Opus Odima. So whatever happens in that state, he should be held accountable. The third one is it the people politicians? Question dealt with the politicians to class. Yes, because they are the one that run the day. Affairs of question dealt with the politicians to class. Yes, because they are the one that